Pass the Trust a Trader 15-point assessment.
Talk Sport.
I'm Toby Gillis. Good afternoon. It's been a blue morning at Bethpage. Dominant wins for John Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton, Ludwig Arberg and Matt Fitzpatrick, and Rory McIlroy and Tommy Fleetwood in the first foursomes of the Ryder Cup. The final match between Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay and Robert McIntyre and Victor Hovland is currently red. The Americans one up, but there are still 4 holes to play. It's the first 4 balls this afternoon. Now, are Spurs about to become the latest Premier League club to fall under American ownership?
The bid that's on the table, which has been indicated rather than formally put at this stage, is $3.3 billion up front, plus a $1.2 billion pot to spend on players.
The Sun's Martin Lipton says the consortium is led by a DJ turned tech entrepreneur called Brooklyn Eric and features 12 men, some of whom have ownership in American sports clubs. Calls are building to change the surroundings of football pitches at all levels after the death of ex-Arsenal player Billy Vigor. He collided with a brick wall while playing for Chichester City. Mikel Arteta has offered his condolences today.
Straight away thinking about the family and how difficult it is to go through something like this in a very unexpected way as well, and hopefully they will dig in.
Enzo Maresca is back on a familiar topic, defending Robert Sanchez. He's back after his ban for tomorrow's clash with old club Brighton after that red at Old Trafford last week.
Can happen, also because it's a quick decision. But as you said, we conceded probably 5 goals because of Robert's mistake. But how many goals we avoid because of Robert's save?
Meanwhile, can Man United make it back-to-back wins tomorrow? They're at Brentford at lunchtime. You can hear it live and exclusive here on talkSPORT.
talkSPORT News.
The competition watchdog is concerned about how much we're paying at the pumps. And Paul Gallagher, the older brother of Oasis stars Liam and Noel, has denied rape and other charges at Southwark Crown Court. More from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With a huge range of premium brands available, we've got what you need to drive away happy every time. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com and book today.
Rain from the west tonight, cloudy and very windy in the north.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Darren Bent's here as well for the day.
Darren Bent.
Yeah, I just said that, Benny. You all right, Sunshine?
Yeah, we sound you good.
What are you saying? As you start.
You know, you should start with that.
What?
As you sounded better when you said that. There you go. Yeah, what are you saying?
What do you mean? How should I say it?
No, but the way you said it was cool. I like that.
What are you saying?
Yeah, I like that. So you come into the show.
How are you doing, like Joey?
What are you saying?
Bye, Jingo. We got a show for you today. Aston Villa got the win last night, but it's still not too convincing. What has happened to Ollie Watkins? Looks seriously low on confidence. Villa fans will take your calls on all things your club. 03717 223334. We'll also discuss whether the Premier League... Oh, I don't know what's happened here, Ryan. I'll just read it as Ryan's written it. We'll discuss whether the Premier League it already done. Brilliant. Don't say is now in my ear. It's too late, Ryan. It's gone out. The words have left my mouth. We'll be talking about the fact that if Arsenal lose tomorrow and Liverpool win,
what?
Is that it? In September.
Sunday, mate, not tomorrow.
Okay, the weekend. We'll also be joined by YouTube golf sensation Rick Shiels because the Ryder Cup is well and truly underway. Go on, Team Europe. All that, plus we'll look ahead to all of the weekend's Premier League action, including Man United. Finally, fingers crossed, getting consecutive wins. It's Friday. It's a big drive time show. You can be a part of it. 03717 223334.
I'm in the middle of rewatching Spartacus, the TV programme. What a programme that is.
What a programme that is. Good morning to you all. If you're listening where it's before midday, I say good morning because in my head it's a happy morning. A great start today. I played golf at West Essex. I hit my best ever round. For me, this is great. 86.
Is that good?
For me, that is, well, it's my greatest ever round. I played front 9, 38, which is, like, I think, 3 over, which is ridiculous.
Wow.
Like legendary stuff. Back 9's...
Legendary?
Yeah, it is. For me. Yeah, for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Back 9, tough, long.
So that kind of goes back to the question we always say.
Yeah.
So if all the best golfers in the world suddenly were no longer here...
No, if they all died and it was just talk sport...
Yeah, would you be world class?
I know, I don't know the answer to that question. I suppose... what's left in the world, I would be, but not compared to previous worlds.
No.
But Tadara's world class. 86, man. That's unbelievable for me. What was your day like? What did you do?
Played paddle this morning.
Bit of paddle.
Got walloped this morning, man.
Did you?
Yeah, it weren't good this morning. Well, not.
So, do you know what I was thinking about you this morning when I was playing golf? Because I love golf and you love paddle. And we were talking about, why do you love golf? Why do you love... The thing with golf is you can always, the next time you play, you go back, you try and better yourself.
Yeah.
Because you've got factually how you did last time out. You can't do that in paddle.
No, but you work on certain shots that were giving you problems before. Like, if you hit a certain shot, you go, I like that.
Like what?
It could be a little drop shot. I quite like. But I mean, I'm power. That,
Yeah.
and even though paddle is not about power, it's about kind of
Precision.
precise, finesse, precision.
Yeah.
Like I can't just get rid of the power. So if it's there to be hit, I'll hit it. But I do love it. I can't help it.
Whose fault was it today you lost? Yours or your partner? Was it the other fella?
Yeah. We could look at the ratings, man. It just wasn't.
What was he? What's he rated?
It was below, like quite a way below me.
He's worse than me, obviously.
I'd say probably about the same.
Oh wow, okay, that's quite bad then.
But no, the other two were solid. I played with one of the guys a couple of times, and he's quite good. Played with him before, beat him quite a few times. Played with him as well, like next to him.
Yeah.
But no, I loved it, man. Yeah, I loved it.
You got your paddle booked in for the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I got a big weekend actually. I got Premier League tomorrow.
Yeah, well, you got a long day. Who's come up with 8 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday night? Who's done that?
Yeah, so I got that, and then I've got NFL Red Zone show at the Hippodrome with talkSPORT on Sunday, which I can't wait for.
What does that mean? What would you say?
So we're doing like a show.
You didn't tell me about this.
Yeah,
a little show.
Yeah, in Hippodrome.
Who's doing this?
Yeah, Hippodrome.
This is news to me.
Yeah, Hippodrome.
Hippodrome's now a casino.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
In there, and we're basically just watching the games, like talking about it, things like that.
Who's that with?
talkSPORT.
Yeah, but who?
Pat DeAngelo put it in my lap.
Yeah, but who's presenting it?
Oh, Ollie's there. Remember Ollie? He's a press buttons. Ollie Hunter.
Yeah, but he's not presenting it.
No, I think he might be.
All right.
Will Gavin's there.
Okay. What time's the game?
Why are you trying to get involved in it?
No, I wouldn't get involved. What time's the game?
We start at I think we go on air about 5 o'clock. But the game doesn't start till 6.
Oh, fine. It's not through the nighter.
No, I'm not. No way can I do that. That's probably good.
Get well paid?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
But no, yeah, I can't wait for that.
Okay. We've got a busy show. We really do. We will, a bit later, we've got Farrell, your mate will be joining us in the studio.
Farrell, yeah.
Farrell Williams will be joining us in the studio for the last hour.
Yeah, I love White Farrell. She's funny.
Yeah. Now, Farrell, if memory serves me correctly, is the lady you offered the trainers.
She'll tell you when she comes in.
Okay.
I gave her some
Well,
training.
I'll have that chat. We'll have that.
I'll catch her on the way in.
No. I bet you'll try and catch her. So a busy show, all of that and more is coming up a bit later on. We're going to start with Ollie Watkins. He missed a penalty as his goal drought continued during Villa's 1-0 win against Bologna last night. So what on earth is going on with Unai Emery's side?
And here is Ollie with an opportunity to put the ball on the spot. Hits it, right foot in. Oh, keeper has saved it. It was straight down the middle, and he's kicked it away, Skorupski.
It's certainly not right at the moment. I'm not watching Villa and thinking, oh, we're close to clicking, and I certainly didn't think that last night. At the moment, I think it's going to be about grinding results out.
If Harry Kane goes lame, gets suspended, who is that number 9?
The two main forward players, the ones who you're expecting to carry Villa in terms of goals, Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers, they're not looking at it, and we need that to change quickly.
And that's a moment in keeping with Ollie Watkins' season, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Aston Villa got their Europa League campaign off to a winning start as they beat Bologna 1-0. It was a game you could have heard live on talkSPORT last night, but it just wasn't an impressive performance from Unai Emery's side, with Ollie Watkins still struggling to find that penalty was appalling. He's gone 10 games now without a goal for club and country after missing from the spot last night. The Villa gaffer, Unai Emery, spoke to talkSPORT after the game, and he was asked about the striker's lack of goals.
He worked today like he is, and it's the first step to recover his confidence. Then he had a penalty, okay, and he created chances as well. But the most important is to recover the confidence and fairly to do your task like he did today. This is the first step he did, and fantastic.
Listen, firstly, what do you make of Aston Villa? What are you doing?
I've lost.
What are you doing?
I've lost sight. No, if you just kept talking, I would have been.
You're
going to
lose your job in a minute.
Listen, if you'd have just kept.
I know, but it's difficult for me to have a conversation with someone and they're back to. All right, go on, have a conversation with me. Go on.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the Watkins situation?
I can't find that bag.
No, but I'd have been back in time to answer the question.
No, just be here.
No, go on.
You finished?
Yeah.
What were you looking for? What you lost?
My pen.
That's it. That's what you're doing.
Well,
Rummaging around for a pen.
Right, just get me your question, please. I didn't. It wasn't that one.
What's going on at Aston Villa? What's going on with Ollie Watkins?
Do you know what, Watkins? He's not the one I'd be more concerned about, because Yes, he's going for a bit of a dry patch. 10 games 10 games without a goal. But all forwards go through dry patches. He still seems like he's working hard. He still will run the channels. He will still put a shift in for the team. I've been more worried about and concerned about Morgan Rogers because he just doesn't look like he's interested in it at the minute. That'd be the one that I'm like, what's going on there? PFA Young Player of the Year last year. We know how good he is. I think even Una Emery came out and said, out of everyone we've got, he's probably the only one who's we can't sell him. Like he's not for sale at any price. So for Watkins, as I said, all strikers will go through lean spells. It's just how you come out the other side. Now, he had the opportunity last night, and it was a penalty for someone who was really... It was safe. It was safe because it wasn't a lot of power. He tried to go down the middle. And listen, if the goalkeeper dives a second later, he rolls it down the middle of the goal, it's fine. It's a good penalty, but it wasn't a good penalty. It looked like it lacked confidence. It lacked conviction. That was the thing I thought mostly about when he ran up to it. I didn't look at his face and think, do you know what, he's going to score here. It was a safe option. Like he was scared to put it either side. He might miss the target. But yeah, I think once he gets a goal, he'll be up and running again. But it's Morgan Rogers is the one I'm looking at thinking, what's happened there?
So Morgan Rogers, his pass completion yesterday was 42%. I mean, that is appalling.
But you know, my only thing with that, right, and I fully understand what you're saying, that it's not great, but when you're a player that plays in that kind of, that role that he is high risk. You're going to take high risk. I remember playing with Danny...
less than 50% for a midfielder.
I remember playing with Danny Murphy, right, and there were times where, I mean, he was incredible at it, but there were times where Murphy would give the ball away like 4 or 5 times, but he knew that one time that he did put it, I'd score. So those players, you almost have to kind of not look at the numbers and just go...
I know, but he got a couple of ironic cheers. One when he was subbed off, and one when he made a decent pass.
I mean, the subbed off one is... Because it just looks like... And again, I was having a conversation before I came on air with a Villa fan who goes week in, week out. He loves Villa. And he was just saying that... the thing about Morgan Rogers at the minute is that Watkins has got no confidence, and you can see that. But Morgan Rogers looks like he's not interested. And I think fans are quite quick. When they see a player not quite running on doing what they were doing last season... They go, hold on, what's going on here? So that's why you get
think a move?
Well, he was linked to some big clubs, and maybe he was thinking, I'm one of them. And it hasn't happened, and that's why maybe he's a little bit, throw his toes at the Prem a little bit, because he was good for England.
Yeah, great for England
when he played.
Or the week before, whenever.
So he's the one I'd look at and go, come on, because I think he's a fantastic young player. But yes, if you're Ollie Watkins, and I've been there, it will happen. All strikers, unless you're Messi or Ronaldo, where you don't have dry spell. You go 10 years without a dry spell. It happens to all centre forwards, great centre forwards, bad ones. It happens. He will get himself out of it.
With regards to Ollie Watkins and all the other English centre forwards, none of them are really pulling up trees at the moment. If we get an injury to Harry Kane just before the World Cup, who starts for him? What happens down the middle?
Well, that's the thing. I think he's not picked Ivan Toney, because I think if Ivan Toney is in this country, I think he's definitely.
I agree.
Because I really like Ivan Toney. I think he's different. I think he's got that kind of good arrogance to kind of handle that responsibility. Solanke's been in and out of injuries. Liam Delap now is out for a little while with his injuries. You've got Calvert-Lewin, maybe is one who's got a goal for Leeds recently, so maybe Tuchel might look at that and go, well, but I think right now he'd probably put Rashford down the middle.
So we don't actually have a recognised number 9.
Well, we have got them, but none of them are in any form other than Kane.
It's frightening, isn't it?
Yeah. So you could either be Rashford and that's why I know it seems like a long shot, but that's why I had to mention Calvert-Lewin, because he's in the Leeds team.
Yeah.
He just scored a goal. If he was to continue that, then all of a sudden you go, well, maybe it's him again. But right now, Watkins has got no form. Delap's injured. Solanke's in and out with injuries. Ivan Toney's out over in Saudi.
Nuts.
So
frightening, isn't it?
There's none left. Vardy retired years ago, but he's...
Yeah. Okay, well, listen, we'll take calls on that. Is that a worry that at the moment it's Harry Kane and then no one else? 03717 223334. And Villa fans, I'm sure you want to talk about your side. It must have been incredibly frustrating watching that or listening to it on talkSPORT yesterday evening. So, Villa fans, what's happening with your club? What's happened to Morgan Rogers? And what's happened to Ollie Watkins? Lots of questions. One number to dial, pick up the phone. You could be next. 03717 223334.
somebody who I can rely on. This is the return.
You listen to talkSPORT. Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is here. He's in a mood today. Still to come, we'll be joined by golf and YouTube superstar Rick Shiels. But before that, we can actually head across the pond now to get the very latest in the Ryder Cup with talkSPORT's Rupert Bell. Hi, Rupert Bell.
Well, good afternoon. And what a performance, it has to be said, from the Europeans, because they've won 3 matches. And in foursomes, none of the 3 pairings dropped a shot as they wrapped up convincing victories. Jon Rahm, Tyrrell Hatton beating DeChambeau and Justin Thomas 4 and 3. Ludwig Eiberg and Matt Fitzpatrick beating Scheffler and Henley 5 and 3. And Rory McIlroy and Tommy Fleetwood 5 and 4 winners of their match. But there's a great recovery from the Europeans now because they were 3 down. That is Bob McIntyre and Victor Hovland against Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay after 11. But they've won now 3 of the last 4 holes to get that match to all square with 3 to play and maybe a chance of repeating what happened in Italy when they won the opening foursomes 4-0. So at the moment, Europe dominating. President Trump's plane, Air Force One, has just flown over and he will be coming to watch the afternoon 4 balls. But the crowd at the moment, they have been stunned into almost stony silence as the Europeans have got off to such a fast start here at Bethpage Black.
Rupert, listen, I love golf. Played this morning. I've caught as much of this opening day as I could do on the train, and then I've been at talkSPORT. What do you think has gone wrong for the Americans? Because it's just been an unthinkable start for the Europeans.
In many ways, I think it's the quality of the Europeans play, the calmness that they've shown, because everyone was saying that this crowd would fire up the Americans, but I think they just looked bewildered and befuddled, the Americans. Scotty Scheffler looked as if it was the last place he wanted to be out. Bryson DeChambeau, yes, he's the big rabble-rouser, but he hasn't played competitive golf for 6 weeks, and he looked, despite his great drive at the first, a bit out of sorts, and Justin Thomas likewise. They've just not brought their A game with them. They've had 5 birdies between, that's all they had in the top 3 matches, and given the quality of their team, that it just reflects that they haven't brought their A game with them. Keegan Bradley, the captain, must be as bewildered as all the spectators are. But you've got to give credit to Luke Donald. His team have come out very calmly and just gone about their business, and there's still hope that we might win the final match that's out on the course this morning.
How many points are on offer for the whole day, Root?
8. So if we go 4... well, if we're 3-1, say, at the end of this, or 3.5, 1.5, if we split the 4 balls in the afternoon, where Americans do have a habit of rallying, then that will be a terrific start for the Europeans as they look to consolidate this excellent start. And if they can maintain the front coming into tomorrow, the Americans, this crowd feels different from a normal New York crowd because they're paying $750 to get in there. So you feel it's maybe just excluding the real, genuine, loud and raucous sports fan, and it's more of a sort of corporate feel to it. And that's the problem for the Americans. They're doing their best, but they've been outplayed this morning. And hopefully, from a European viewpoint, they can do the same and make President Trump's visit here, which is costing the American taxpayer, I think, $15 million, a rather wasted effort.
Roops, always a pleasure. We'll come back to you in a bit.
Cheers, Roops.
Thank you. Thanks. There you go. The wonderful Rupert Bell. A good start for Team Europe. Right, time now for this.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Right, time now for today's bet builder with the friends of Paddy Power. Let's welcome Matt Kerr to the show. Hello, Matt. How are you?
Hi, how are we doing?
Good, man. Thanks for coming on. We've got you on because we're looking forward to tomorrow afternoon in the Premier League as Man City, take on Burnley at the Etihad. Matt, can you remind everyone how the bet builder works and, of course, the charity that, fingers crossed, will benefit?
Yeah, so the bet builder is basically like an accumulator on events within a match. Anything you can fancy, shots, cards, goals, fouls, anything you like. And if it wins, hopefully, it'll all go to the Attitude Foundation, raising great money for LGBTQ causes up and down the country.
Right, it's a 5-leg bet builder. These are our picks. I've gone for over 3.5 goals. I see City and Haaland scoring lots.
Yeah, it's stats-wise, it's the best team in the league offensively versus the worst team defensively. But results-wise, City have won 13 games in a row against Burnley, and 6 of those have been 5-0 or better. So if it's going to be over 3.5 goals, probably all be for Man City.
I've gone for an obvious one. Erling Haaland to score, please.
Yeah, so this sounds insane to say, but Haaland is on his worst start to a Premier League season ever with 6 goals in 5 games. He's an absolute monster. If City's going to win, which I think most people assume, and it'll probably be by blowout, if City are scoring, Haaland is scoring.
Right, on to the next one. It's producer Ryan Bryan. What's he gone for?
Yeah, he's gone for Doku to have a shot on target. He's well rested from not even being in the squad midweek for the cup game against Huddersfield. He's looked fantastic the last few matches, really always so high up on the pitch. And Pep does hook his players early, but with Paddy Power's super sub, you've got so many options like Savinho and Oscar Bob that can come off the bench, so there's not needed to worry about that.
Okay. Next up are the people. What are the people thinking?
The people have gone for Haaland to have 2 shots on target, being the absolute freak of nature he is. He's averaging 4 shots, 2 on target per match this season, and that's despite the fact they've played the likes of Arsenal, Tottenham and Napoli. Burnley are not that, and you've got to wonder how they can stop him in that kind of form.
Okay, next up is, where are we at? Is it you? You're the last person. What have you gone for?
I've gone for Burnley to have the most cards in the match. It'll be hard for City to spend much time fouling the Burnley players when they're going to have about 70 or 80% possession during the match. You generally expect the side that's going to be sitting deep defending all day game is going to have to commit some fouls, and the moment that block comes undone, they're going to be desperate. You might expect some yellow cards out of that.
Brilliant. Okay, before we let go, can you confirm the odds and the value of the chat bet one more time for me, please?
Yeah, so the options we have are over 3.5 goals, Haaland to score, Doku shot on target, Haaland 2 shots on target, and Burnley to have the most cards. Comes in at just over 9-2 this week. £10 pays 56 to the Attitude Foundation if we're lucky enough to get a winner.
Fingers crossed. Have a great weekend. Thanks for coming on, Power.
You too. Take care and enjoy the golf, Andy.
I will, definitely. That's Paddy Power's bet winner for today. Minimum odds 1 to 5 per leg, 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18+, BeGambleAware.org.
We'll take more calls after the break, but let's try and squeeze one in here. We're talking about Aston Villa. Will is a Villa fan. Hi, Will. How are you?
I'm good. How are you boys? You all okay?
We're good, mate. Thanks for asking. You watching the golf? You like your golf or not?
Yeah, funnily enough, I was going to ask you what your handicap was, because I'm 3 months in and I got a 22.6 handicap the other day.
Blimey, that's pretty good. I was playing off a flat 20 before I hit my 86 today, so I think for the first time I'll be in the teens tomorrow.
Nice. Well, congratulations on that one, mate.
Thank you. I can't get enough of it. What's your view of... You played 3 times this week?
Yeah.
Oh, my...
Yeah.
No wonder your
I've
handicap's
done
coming
too
down. Wow. Well, listen, we both love golf, but are you loving your team Villa at the moment? What's happening?
Oh, don't even get me started on that. But with Watkins, controversial. I always get hate off the Villa fans, so I'm expecting it to come after this call. I think he's overrated.
Who?
And hear me out, Watkins, and hear me out on this one. So, if you look at Watkins' best Villa season, he played, I think it was 36 games for Villa, and he scored 19 goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's meant to be, as the Villa fans like to call him, Mr. World-Class Striker. Nowhere near it. Mo Salah, not a central striker, plays on the right. His best season for Liverpool, 36 games, I think it was, and 29 goals.
You're comparing him to one of the Premier League's greatest ever players. That might be a little bit unfair.
But that's how Villa fans see him.
Do they?
Yeah. I would have. This is controversial. I don't wrong. I think he's a great player, but he ain't as good as what people make him out to be.
Okay.
And I would have happily sold him in January and kept Duran.
But you know what, though? You know what, Will? He's not the only one who's thought that. I remember speaking to a couple of Villa fans as well, and they were saying that they like Watkins and they think he's very good, but they would have rather have kept Duran and sold Watkins, which at the time I thought, what, really? But, I mean, he will come good. I've never put him in that bracket where he's like in that Kane level where he's all about one of the best. Do you know what I mean?
No.
But he's been really, really good and effective for Aston Villa. He's been very, very good. In fact, it's probably doing him a disservice. But as I said, he's at double figures every season. He's just having a bit of a bad start to the season. It happens.
It happens. Still to come, we're going to be joined by golf and YouTube superstar Rick Shiels. First, it's time for No Googling. 3, of course, throughout the show. This one, 5:30, and then Goldstein's. Golden. No Googling. After Ollie Watkins missed from the spot last night, we want to know which goalkeeper holds the record for saving the most penalties in Premier League history. Which goalkeeper holds the record for saving the most pens in Premier League history? Do you know? Do you know the answer to that?
No.
Okay. The answer to that and loads more is coming up live on Drive and talkSPORT after this. Stay.
To find out how Europe are getting on at Bethpage, head to talksport.com. ENIC, the group behind Spurs, insists the club is not for sale. Reports suggest an American consortium fronted by DJ turned tech entrepreneur Brooklyn Eric hold interest in buying Tottenham. But the Sun's Martin Lipton says there's been no concrete offer as of yet.
The bid that's on the table, which has been indicated rather than formally put at this stage.
Now, Manchester United are improving. Maybe not me saying that, but Rio Ferdinand is. Ahead of tomorrow's lunchtime kickoff against Brentford, exclusively live on talkSPORT. He's told us the stats back him up, but there are still issues.
Behind the scenes, I think you'd be looking at it would be start going, listen, there's some positives, but we're just not seeing the fruits of it because we can't score. We can't celebrate those little positives, those little wins, because we ain't scoring.
And overshadowed, maybe, by Iniesta and Xavi, but for some, the most important member of that Barcelona and Spain midfield three. Sergio Busquets, though, is finally hanging up his boots. He'll retire at the end of the current MLS season. You can get all the latest at talksport.com.
back on the spin bike.
It is spin bike music. Do you use that anymore?
Peloton now.
No, I sold mine ages ago.
Yeah, I mean, listen, at the time, it's an incredible bit of kit.
Well, I got it just at the beginning of COVID, so God, my God, it helped me through that.
Oof.
That was such good timing.
Yeah, wow.
Before the break, I asked the question, which goalkeeper holds the record for saving the most penalties in Premier League history? Do you want a clue?
Go on.
You know that when you walk out on the pavement...
Yep.
Right?
Curb.
No. The something slabs, what are they called?
Concrete slabs.
No, another word. Begins with P.
What?
Begins with
pavement slabs?
Not pavement,
Paving slabs.
First bit.
Paving.
Is his first name. And the second...
Paving.
And second...
David. Paving.
The second is what you got at the end of your wrists.
Hands.
That's his surname.
David James?
Yes. Paving hands. It's a driver talkSPORT, me and him. Still to come, we'll be asking if the tyre race could be over.
No.
By the end of the weekend.
No.
Was it 5 points at the moment? They win, you lose. 8 in September. It's done.
It's not done,
mate.
No, it's not done.
It's done. All that money done in September. Embarrassing. But now, of course, the Ryder Cup is well and truly underway. talkSPORT's golf correspondent Rupert Bell is over in the States covering the tournament. And he sent us footage of the type of fans Team Europe should be terrified of.
You think you got a chance? Listen, this crowd is going to be as rowdy as anything you've ever seen. We are literally bringing the thunder all day, every single day. Every hole, every tee box. You step up to that putting green, you get ready because we're raining down hell, fire, and brimstone. These colors don't run, baby. The red, white, and blue is coming to beat you down.
He's supposed to be scary.
I would just get a headache if I knew him. What is that all about? Let's calm it down, shall we? Let's get the latest and chat all things golf with the YouTube superstar, the one and only Rick Shiels joins us. Hello, Rick. How are you?
Hi, fellas. How are you both?
We're good, man. Are you all right? You well?
I'm good. I'm a little bit sun-kissed today.
I can't tell. I mean, I'm colourblind anyway. Whenever people say, am I sunburned? I'm like, I can't.
I know. He looks well. He looks like he's been in the sun all
You look
day.
well. There you go. You look well. You look good.
Yeah, I've been chilling out, watching the Ryder Cup, and absolutely loving the morning sessions so far.
Well, let's start with that because I mean we all hoped obviously Team Europe would get off to a good start, and I think it was sort of a flip of a coin as to who people thought would win it, and it still might be America, obviously, but I think home advantage was meant to be quite massive, but it's gone completely the other way, isn't it?
It's gone really quiet over there at Bethpage. Obviously, we've got off to an incredible start and won the first 3 matches. And you know what? There's actually a lot more European support out there than I expected. And they're loud. They're being really supportive, which is amazing.
How come do you think the Team USA have started off so slow? Because it almost looks like to me that they look a bit nervous. Even though they're on home soil, they look the ones that look nervous.
Yeah, there's so much expectation. You know, not many times does an away team go on to away soil and win. So I think they'll have a lot of nerves. I mean, Bryson's tee shot on the first didn't show any bit of nerves. He absolutely bombed it and nearly drove the green. But there was some real sketchy golf shots. And, you know, the crowd's massive, but that comes with an anticipation. Like, it's hard to control those emotions. And I just feel like the European team is a team. I always feel like the American 12 players are 12 individual players playing for their own stake in it all, if I'm honest with you.
And just explain what difference that makes if you think Europe are part of a team and the Americans are playing for themselves.
I just certainly since Rome, we've only had one change, which is the Hogarth brother for the other Hogarth brother. So it's not that much of a change anyway. Yeah. And you look at Rory and you look at Tommy Fleetwood when they're playing together. They just look like best mates out there playing great golf together. I think when you saw American playing the best was when it was like Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas together, because they're really good pals and they played always really well together. But then a lot of these guys, they just don't seem like they're connecting that well. I mean, I'm actually just watching the final match now, and it's on the 16th, and it's all square. Yeah. We could pitch a half there, or even a full point, which would be incredible for Europe.
Why do you think some of these competitors, because listen, you are talking about the best golfers on the planet, and it is an individual sport, I understand that, but why is it so much different when you're playing with a partner? Why are some of them struggling? And I'm saying more so the USA rather than the Europeans.
This format in particular is very challenging because it's alternate shots and it is very testing. Often you're trying to gel styles together. Obviously, these guys are professional athletes. They're so honed into their golf ball. Sometimes when the pairings are matching up and they don't use the same golf ball, that's a different kind of thing to the outside agency they're not used to. If they're used to using one brand of golf ball and their playing partner uses another one, it's quite hard to kind of adapt to, certainly when at the highest level. If me and Andy went out and played, there probably wouldn't be that much of a difference. But for these guys, they're so tuned into it. I think this afternoon, it's a much better test. I think the Americans will play much better this afternoon when it's actually four ball. So all four players are playing. It's the best score on the scorecard goes down for their team. But foursomes is notoriously hard to play.
I'm going to ask you a question. I don't know if you know the answer, but you just made a very interesting point, one I've never heard before, about what ball they decide to use when they're playing as partners, if you like. Are they allowed to alternate which ball they use per hole, or is it whatever you choose, you have to use the same one for the whole round? Or you can't mark your ball and swap it during one hole, can you?
No. So from what my understanding is, if let's say I use one brand A, and you use brand B, if I'm teeing off, we can use brand A, but we have to use that ball for the whole hole. And if once you teed off on the next hole, you could use brand B. That's my understanding of what this is. You can't switch in between.
Okay. Let me talk to you about Rory McIlroy. You mentioned him earlier on. He's obviously won the Grand Slam, but he's never won a Ryder Cup, I think I'm right in saying. Do you think if you can be more determined than ever when you play in the Ryder Cup, do you think this is the one that he's desperate to win now?
He's won the Ryder Cup.
Oh, okay. I was talking to someone yesterday and they said he hasn't, but he has won it, right?
Yeah, he won it. I think he's won maybe four of them. He's won.
Oh.
He was there in Medina in 2012.
Yeah.
He won at Paris in 2018. He won in Rome 2003. He's definitely won at least three, if not. I'm pretty sure he's won four.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question still to do with Rory, so I don't look so stupid. Team Europe have got arguably the most informed golfer on the planet at the moment. When you've got someone like that and it's a team event, how much can a player like that help the rest of his team?
I mean, you compare it to football. How many times does an incredible player play for a team and he spurs everyone else on? We've seen that numerous times. That could be World Cup or Euros. Did Portugal ever deserve to win the Euros without having Ronaldo on the team? I think that type of player builds a team up. So I think in this format, having Rory McIlroy on your team, and also how well Tommy finished the year, and also obviously I spend a lot of time now with Jon Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton. The way they finished the year is also incredible. So we have got an awfully strong team. Not saying the Americans haven't, but I think in depth we've got the much stronger team.
At what point then do you think it starts to get the pressure really starts to mount on the USA? Because obviously Europe have got off to a really good start. Donald Trump expected to turn up, I think, either today or tomorrow. But the longer it continues, surely it gets to a point where the Americans are like, do you know what? If we don't start winning holes, it's almost all over, and then the pressure really builds.
This afternoon is going to be huge. Like this afternoon, it looks like it might be 3-1 going into this afternoon. They're going to really feel it this afternoon. I mean, many times though, it goes to the Sunday when it's singles and massive deficits have been overturned. So it's never over until, quite literally back nine on Sunday, as the saying goes. But they'll be really feeling the pressure this afternoon. And like you say, imagine the locker room when they finish this round. Like it's going to be a bit tense where the European locker room is going to be absolutely buzzing.
Have you played on this course, Rick?
I've actually not. No, I've actually never played Bethpage. I'm a little bit, I don't know, I'm a little bit disappointed with the golf course for a Ryder Cup course.
Why?
It feels a bit, I don't know, there's just lots of long par fours. America have really tried to cut the rough down, which allows for a lot of birdies, which is great. But you look at some of the great Ryder Cup courses we've had over the last few years, at Rome at Marco Simone, there was loads of risk-reward holes where do you go for it with driver or do you lay up? In Paris at the Golf National, there was so much water, so much excitement. At Whistling Straits, where it was played in America 4 years ago, that's an incredible golf course. Again, Bethpage is a public golf course. Like you can literally go and play it. I think it's about $160 if you don't live in New York. It's a bucket list golf course for a lot of people. It really is. But just for this Ryder Cup, it just feels a bit flat. It doesn't feel like it's got those real excitement holes.
I played on the Marco Simone course a couple of years ago, actually, after the Ryder Cup was there, obviously. What I've noticed, I don't know the actual descriptive term of what I'm trying to say, but the grass, the European grass, is totally different, I think, to the English grass. It's like longer and it's weaved differently and it's quite thick. How does that compare to the American courses? Are they more like the English courses or European?
Much more like the European courses. So, if you go out and play in Italy or Spain, those type of places where they get a lot of heat, the grass is very coarse and it's very thick and the ball can go deep into the grass. You also get a lot of grain on those type of courses. So even the putting surfaces, the way that the grass actually grows and gets cuts can actually move your golf ball like it goes with the grain, like how they stripe a football pitch almost. They can do that with greens as well. Where English golf courses, our grass is much softer, I'd almost say. So it's not as thick as European golf courses, as in mainland Europe or the golf courses out in America.
Okay. Rick, thanks for going on. How's your golf at the moment? I shot my greatest ever round this morning, 86. I've never done that before. How's yours?
No way. That's amazing. Well
Thanks,
done, Andy.
man.
That's class.
Thank you.
We desperately need this game of golf we keep talking about. Like, let's get one going.
I would love to.
Did I see something about talkSPORT setting up a golf YouTube channel?
We have set it up. Yeah, Jamie O'Hara fronts it at the moment.
So why don't we do something for the talkSPORT golf YouTube channel?
Okay, would you come down? You and I have a game on it.
Love to.
Okay.
Love to. That'd be a class.
We will do that. I'll speak to you. I'll send you a text with some dates. That'd be great, Rick.
You, me, Robbie Williams, and Ronnie O'Sullivan.
I can guarantee you and I are playing. I don't know if the other two turn. I'll ask him. Rick, always a pleasure.
Cheers, Rick.
Thanks so much for coming.
Bye, guys.
Enjoy
See
the
you soon.
golf. Thanks, man.
See you soon.
There you go, the wonderful Rick Shiels. He's great.
People come for you on here, man.
Well, because I've got
Rory.
I know. Do you know what?
People are just waiting for you, aren't they?
No, that's fine. I don't care. But do you know what's bizarre? Is yesterday when we were looking ahead to the golf, I'm sure I read that, and then I thought he must have won one. I remember he went. He must have won it.
I think he's won 4 or 5 apparently.
Before he just said 4, yeah. That's a terrible mistake, isn't it?
And people are like it's like they can't wait.
There's nothing you can do. What I could have done is I could have dumped it to avoid it going up. I thought, I don't care. Sometimes
you wish you'd have dumped it.
Sometimes, I couldn't find the button. Sometimes you make mistakes and you just got to move on with life. When we come back, what we do when we come back, we're definitely not talking more. It's the last day of the competition. Someone's going to be winning tickets to Germany, it's a Bundesliga game, accommodation, flight, and everything.
What Bundesliga game though?
I think they choose it.
Okay, nice.
I don't know. Well, I think Bayern Munich are involved actually. And then from 5 o'clock, we'll be talking about Newcastle, Arsenal, probably the biggest game of the weekend. A game that if Arsenal lose, is the title race over in September. 03717223344. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and no Rory McIlroy. driver, talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside. Still to come, we'll be asking if the title race could be over by the end of the weekend. Just quickly, we can get an update from the Ryder Cup. We can find out if Rory's close to winning his first ever Ryder Cup. Watching for talkSPORT is Rupert Bell. Hi, Rupert.
Well, he's helped them win today and maybe on his way to winning his 6th Ryder Cup and his 2nd overseas. And in case for your defence here, Andy, he was basically saying it would mean as much to win away from home, and that's what he's looking to do for the 2nd time here. But he's part of a 5-4 win. But finally, the Americans have had something to cheer about as they were pegged back to level after 16. But a strong finish from Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay means they finished their match 2 up against Bob McIntyre, who wasn't at his best today, playing alongside Victor Hovland. But still, it's a great start by the Europeans, winning the opening foursome sessions 3-1. The 4 balls are due to begin at 12:25 your time. President Trump, I think, is in the house.
Ryder Cup update on talkSPORT with Arnold Clark. Get £750 off any used electric car or home charger.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. Thanks for that. Right, time now for this.
Power Pro on talkSPORT with the new range of Einhell Pro power tools. Delivering power, performance and price.
Yeah, the part of the show where Benny does absolutely nothing. Thanks
Can I go sit out there? Or?
Of course you can, mate. Yeah, thanks to Einhell, the official home and garden expert of Bayern Munich. We've got a fantastic prize to give away this week. In fact, today we're giving it away because you and a friend could be off to Munich to watch Bayern Munich play later this season. The brilliant prize package includes a pair of match tickets, your travel, accommodation and spending money as well, along with a brilliant Einhell professional cordless impact drill with accessories. Joining us now, randomly selected from all of our online entries, is Marcus, Leeds fan. Hi, Marcus. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Well.
Thanks so much for coming on. Have you heard this competition this week?
I must admit, I haven't.
That's fine. Let me explain to you and our listening millions around the world how it works. So I'm going to ask you 5 questions about legendary German footballers, managers and teams known for their efficiency on the pitch. You're going to get 1 point for each correct answer. If no one's able to beat your score by the end of today, you and a friend are off to Munich. The score to beat, the current top score is 4. So that means you need to get every single one of these right to win. Or if you get 4, you're tied with Mark, who is currently on standby. So he's either going to come on national radio and have a tiebreaker with you, or he's going to come on and collect his tickets. Does all of that make sense to you, Marcus?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Good luck to you. I have to take your first answer. Here we go. Question number 1. Which team won the very first Bundesliga title in 2024 under Xabi Alonso's management? Oh, say that again. You broke up.
Bayer Leverkusen
is the right answer. In which year did Miroslav Klose win the World Cup Golden Boot? In which year did Miroslav Klose win the World Cup Golden Boot?
2006.
It's the right answer. Question number 3. Which German striker celebrated scoring on his Spurs Premier League debut in 1994 by swan diving on the pitch?
Jürgen Klinsmann.
Is the right answer. Question number 4. Which midfielder captained Germany at their home World Cup in 2006? I'm going to have to hurry you.
Ballack.
There's no need for that kind of language. Is the right answer. So you've currently got 4. So worst way, we're going to a tiebreaker. All right? But if you get this right, you've won.
Okay.
All right? No cheating. I must take your first answer. Good luck. Who scored the decisive goal in extra time for Germany in the 2014 FIFA World Cup final?
Mario Götze.
It's the right answer. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. A clean sweep. Marcus, well done.
Thank you so much. It's my 6th birthday on Tuesday, so that's one hell of a present.
Well, you broke up there because it actually sounded like you said it's my 6th birthday. I'm guessing you're older than 6. How old are you?
60 on Tuesday.
60. What an unbelievable prize that is. You have won a pair of match tickets to Bayern Munich along with the brilliant Einhell professional cordless impact drill and accessories. How fantastic is that? Your tickets, your accommodation and spending money all thrown in. What a 60th birthday present that is.
Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed.
Well, our pleasure. Congratulations. Thanks, man. Have a great weekend.
Cheers, Andy. Thank you.
5 out of 5. That's the way to do it, isn't it?
Incredible. Fair play to him.
Do you want to speak to Mark? Oh, he's gone. He's put the phone down.
Put the phone down and run off.
Devastation. Devastation. Well, Mark, I feel for you. But 4 ain't as good as 5. 5's the magic number. Well done to Marcus. Brilliant stuff. That's all thanks to our friends at Einhell, the new kit on the block.
Power Pro on talkSPORT with the new range of Einhell Pro power tools. 1 battery, 300 tools. Job done.
How much is that? 60 in a couple of days' time. Bang. He won that.
He was very good at it.
He was great. When we come back, you'll be great because, fingers crossed, you'll be phoning up us to tell us about the Newcastle-Arsenal game. How big a game is that for Arsenal? Is it must win? Because if they don't win it, if they lose the game and Liverpool win, the gap in September will be 8 points. And you could say the league could be done and dusted. Arsenal fans, how big is this weekend's football? 03717 223344. You'll be next live on Drive and Talk Sport.
Day one of the Ryder Cup is well up and running out in New York now, with Team Europe looking for a first away win since the miracle at Medina way back in 2012. Captain Luke Donald wanted a fast start to play. To find out how Europe are getting on at Bethpage, head to talksport.com. ENIC, the group behind Spurs, insists the club is not for sale. Reports suggest an American consortium fronted by DJ turned tech entrepreneur Brooklyn Eric hold interest in buying Tottenham. But the Sun's Martin Lipton says there's been no concrete offer as of yet.
The bid that's on the table, which has been indicated rather than formally put at this stage, is 3.3 billion up front, plus a 1.2 billion pot to spend on players.
Now, Manchester United are improving. Maybe not me saying that, but Rio Ferdinand is. Ahead of tomorrow's lunchtime kickoff against Brentford, exclusively live on talkSPORT, he's told us the stats back him up but there are still issues.
Behind the scenes, I think you'd be looking at it, would be start going, listen, there's some positives, but we're just not seeing the fruits of it because we can't score. We can't celebrate those little positives, those little wins, because we ain't scoring.
Enzo Maresca is facing more questions about Robert Sanchez after his red card at Old Trafford last weekend. The former Brighton keeper could face his old side this weekend after serving a one-game ban in the Carabao Cup in midweek. The Chelsea boss has once again, though, had to back up his shot stopper.
Can happen, also because it's a quick decision, but as you said, we conceded probably 5 goals because of Robert's mistake, but how many goals we avoid because of Robert's save?
Arne Slot's accepted a Hugo Ekitike apology for that really stupid red in midweek. The forward's banned as they play Crystal Palace tomorrow at 3 o'clock. After having taken his shirt off when he scored the winner against Southampton, he was already on a yellow card.
Players of all ages do make mistakes, and that's what he did in this situation as well. But we all make mistakes, and you're allowed at this club to make a mistake without immediately getting fines or these kind of things.
Get all the latest at talksport.com.
Well, Matt, to our number 2, drive time, talk sport with me, Andy Goldstein. Bent is here.
Man, I didn't shove it in your mouth, did I?
Whoa there, Darren, none of that, please. Still to come, we'll be discussing Chelsea's injury crisis. It is a crisis. But now the Premier League returns this weekend, and of course the talkSPORT network. We've got you covered. Yep.
Dan's gone into the penalty area, punishes them, rolls the ball into the bottom corner.
I feel like we're just growing as a group. The relationships are forming, the understanding of what we're trying to achieve.
We need to win the next one, and that is the most important feeling that we have to take for the next week.
It's finished at Old Trafford. Manchester United 2, Chelsea 1.
Pedro Porro, deep delivery. Richarlison nods it on, and Tottenham lead. Well, what a start this is.
I would like us to get there where we can compete in all 4 tournaments throughout a year.
Wolves remain bottom and remain pointless. Wolves 1, Leeds 3.
Lays it back to Alcaraz! Lovely goal!
We want to try and look up and see if we can challenge a lot of the top teams.
3 straight defeats at home, and with Everton and Arsenal to come, you have to say that Graham Potter is probably now fighting to save his job here.
Goal weekend is a big weekend of Premier League action, and of course it's across the talkSPORT network. It all kicks off tomorrow lunchtime. Brentford host Man United, live and exclusive here on talkSPORT. If United win, by the way, they go second. Then from 3, Adrian Durham takes you around the grounds with all the goals as they go in up and down the country, plus bonus commentary. 8 p.m. tomorrow night sees Spurs take on Wolves exclusively here on talkSPORT. The easiest way to stay across it all is simply by downloading the talkSPORT app. Just quickly, 8 p.m. on a Saturday night football. If you're a player, would that be a pain in the backside?
Nah, not particularly. Just get on with it.
Brilliant.
Yeah, just get on with it. No, really.
As a fan, do you like it?
As a fan, for a fan, no. Because you think, really? 8 o'clock at night? But no, I think as a player, you just...
It's not good for families, is it?
Was it last year or the year before? There was a game on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's quite common, isn't it?
Christmas Eve? Not really. Well, day before, is there?
Yeah, I think so.
No, not really.
You don't do that?
Games Christmas Eve? No, I don't think that was common.
Christmas Eve football?
There's always Boxing Day. But I
I know that, of course.
I didn't think there was Christmas Eve, but there was a fixture, I think.
You're right, there was one.
And, as a player...
Arsenal.
Was it Chelsea? I've got Chelsea Wolves. I don't know why that's just coming to my head.
Have you got that?
Chelsea, I think it was Chelsea Wolves.
Yeah, you don't Christmas Eve football.
As a player, I'd love that. Because
then you got Boxing Day off.
Wait, Christmas Day off?
Yeah.
You got to leave morning or night.
Oh, I see, right.
Christmas Day. I'm sure it was Chelsea Wolves.
Okay, it's weird that you remember that.
Yeah.
8 p.m. on a Saturday night, I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
I think Saturday night in front of the telly is family time, right?
It is now watching football.
No, but I'm saying we all love football, right? So it's going to be, I'll be in the other room or we're going to watch this.
Yeah, it's a bit overload sometimes, isn't it?
Right, now, the big game on Sunday sees your team, Newcastle, not your team, Newcastle, but Newcastle up against your side, Arsenal, with Mikel Arteta's side already needing a win to keep pace in the title race. He's been speaking to the media ahead of that one, and he was asked about the atmosphere he expects to face at St James's Park.
Incredibly beautiful. I think it's one of the best football atmosphere in this country. I think when you, as a player, as a fan, as a coach, you want to live in this atmosphere. They play every single ball with you. There's electric. There is so much support out there, and it's one team, one city. I think that makes it a different as well, and to play as an opposition as well is such a challenge and opportunity at the same time. So great atmosphere to play.
Such a big game. Liverpool already 5 points ahead of Arsenal. Could be 8 by Sunday if Liverpool beat Palace tomorrow. Is this already, this is nuts to say, is it must win, not must not lose? Is it must win for Arsenal at St James's?
You'd like to think so. I mean, Arsenal's record up there of late isn't great. I mean, their record against Newcastle, to be fair, isn't great. I think they've lost, 3 out of the last 4 against Newcastle. And I wouldn't say the league's over, because it seems ridiculous to say that after only a few games. But you're thinking about, I look at Liverpool and they are the favourites by some distance, and I think that's right and fair that they are favourites. How much of a head start can you give them? And not only can you give them a head start, they're not playing well. They are going to start playing well. That's my biggest fear when it comes to Liverpool.
Yeah,
they've got a great squad. They've got some unbelievable attacking options, and they haven't played well yet. We haven't seen them for 90 minutes where you go, okay, that's the sign of champions. The sign of champions is the fact that they're not doing that and still winning games. So once it clicks, you can't give a team 8 point head start and think you can just catch them, because they're not going to fall off a cliff. I can't see it.
That is going to be quite embarrassing for Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. You've spent all that money strengthening the side, and in theory, before we get into October, it could be over the league.
No, I wouldn't say it's over, but you've got to say they're still in the Champions League as well. So it's not embarrassing yet. I mean, if they don't get out of the group phase in the Champions League, and then they.
No, but what effect mentally would that have on you going into Champions League football, knowing that end of September and you're out of the Premier League race?
Yeah, because you're still not out.
Well, you've got to be realistic about it. But 8 points.
Yeah, it's still not over. 8 points is still not over, but I think they're still in the Champions League. They're progressing quite nicely at the minute in the League Cup. I know there's only been one game. Then they've got the FA Cup to come, so there are still trophies available.
I know,
but you can't. I'm not going to say it's over, but you can't give a side like Liverpool too much of a head start, because you never catch them.
No,
never.
Newcastle.
Yep.
Now, there was a time we were talking about Newcastle. Could they get top 4, top 5?
Mm-hmm.
Could they win the Premier League? I remember that conversation taking place. Newcastle so far have scored, 3 goals in the Premier League. What's happened to them? I mean, I know what's happened to them. Their striker now plays for Liverpool. But what's happened to them? They can't just be a one-man team, can they?
They can't, but they did at one point have one of the best strikers on the planet.
Yeah.
So that is something in itself. They bought, obviously, Walter Marder as well.
Yeah.
And I do like him from Stuttgart. Big money they paid for him as well.
Looks good.
Looks good. Scored a great header.
Yeah, really good header.
They've also signed Johan Visser, but he's been injured yet. Alanga, great signing. So I do think Jacob Ramsey. So they've invested. You know what? They've invested. They've brought in Aaron Ramsdale, goalkeeper. I have to give him, obviously, friend of the show. I have to give him a little shout. Rambo. So I do think they've invested, and you go, I quite like the signings that they've made. Like, really good signings.
Yeah. What are their aspirations, realistically?
Got to be getting that Champions League again, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, top half of the table. They just haven't, again, got going. And you're right. They've looked a bit, without the centre forward, like Walter Marder, who's been good, and Anthony Gordon's been asked to play out there. At times, they have looked a little bit like, I like Anthony Gordon, but he looks like he's lacked a little bit of conviction in his finishing.
He's not to his own defence, he's not a striker, right?
No, he's not a striker, but I would still expect his numbers to be better than what they are, because we all laud him, and rightly so, that he's a really, really good player.
He is.
He's a really good player. And you look at him this season, he's got 1 goal this season. And that was in the Champions League, and that was a good finish against Barcelona. But he missed a number of chances in that, and we know how good he is. But I think until they've got Walter Marder in, until they've got the injuries back, and they've got a settled squad, because I look at their midfield and still think they're as strong as they come. Once they get some of these signers back, and then Visser's obviously back as well, he'll play almost back up. He might even go over 2 Eddie Howe. I can't see it, but he might. There's more options there, but their start to the season has surprised me a bit, because I know how strong they can be. And the fact that they've started off quite slow has surprised me a little bit.
Yeah. Tough game, right, for Arsenal? I mean,
it is up there.
I know, but even at home, you against Newcastle, when you've got to win. I mean, it's mad to think that at this stage of the season, and we're talking about games that Arsenal have got to win now. It's a bit insane.
It is insane, but I remember we spoke about it. I looked at Arsenal's start, and I said the start of their season is tough as they come. Like, they started off with your place.
Go through the matches they've had.
So they played you lot away.
You beat us 1-0.
Right, and we didn't play well, but we've never... Our record in Old Trafford isn't great.
Okay.
Smash Leeds 5-0.
Yeah.
Lost to Liverpool 1-0, where it was a wonder strike, so you could have been another point. Wasn't it?
But that's effectively 6 points. They get 3, you don't.
Right, beat Forest. Smash Forest 3-0.
Okay, well, yeah, that was Andy's first game, but yeah.
Drew with City.
Okay.
So obviously,
hold on.
There's obviously a Champions League in there, Bilbao, but I'm not counting that, and the Port Vale. So it's been a difficult. Like Forest obviously finished in Europe last year. Liverpool the champions. Your lot and City, and then Newcastle coming up.
That is very tough. You are right.
So you'd like to think if you get through this period, then you go okay, but you cannot give Liverpool, a side like Liverpool, an 8-point gap. You're not catching them. They're too good of a football club to let that just run away with it.
I think Liverpool got a tough game. They're playing Palace, right? That's not gimme.
If they go down and beat Palace, because Palace is 17 unbeaten.
That's a very good point.
So if they go and beat Palace, it's like wow.
Yeah.
You watch them turn up against Palace now.
I think it's at Palace as well, and it's Selhurst Park. That game.
Yeah, difficult.
Yeah, it's tough. How do you see the Newcastle game going, Benny?
I think Arsenal can win, but I in my head I've got like 2-1.
Okay. Who needs to step up for you? Gyökeres?
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him get a goal. As long as I see Eze start.
You've got to start in that 10.
And Martinelli's got to start.
Yeah, on the left, yeah.
My team, I'll tell you my team.
I can tell you your team.
Go on then.
You're going to go Saka on the right, Martinelli.
No, I need the whole team.
Okay, well, normal back five picks itself.
Okay, so Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then your midfield you want is going to be Declan Rice. You're going to go for Eze. And you're going to have Zubimendi.
Correct.
And then you're going to go Saka on the right.
Yep.
Martinelli on the left, and then Gyökeres down the middle.
Yep, that's the team I want to see start.
That's the team he should be playing.
Yeah.
But we've seen, I mean, you played a really good side against Port Vale, but you didn't against Man City.
No.
Almost like we talked about the handbrake being on.
Yeah, no, I hope that's it. I mean, Moreno's done nothing wrong, and he's so effective. Watching him for Spain in the international break, he was really good, and he has been good for Arsenal. But I want to see a little bit more creativity in there. Like they're all unbelievable players in their own right, but you sign players like Eze to be that difference maker.
Yeah,
like the pass for Martinelli and the goal. That's perfect.
Yeah,
that Martinelli doesn't make that run unless Eze's got the ball. So if Zubimendi's got the ball or Moreno, he probably doesn't even make the run.
Yeah. Do you think he'll play that team?
I hope so.
No, I know that. Do you think he will?
Part of me thinks he's going to go solid.
I agree.
And because of how big their midfield three are and how strong they are, part of me thinks Moreno, Rice and Zubimendi is what he's going to do. And then maybe Eze from the left.
Say again, Moreno, Rice and Zubimendi.
Yeah, okay. And then maybe Eze from the left.
Okay. We shall see. What will the score be, Benny?
2-1.
To you?
Yeah.
Is it must win?
Not must win, but...
I think it's must win.
Must win is a bit harsh. No, it is must win.
It is must win.
Must win.
Arsenal fans, we both say must win. What do you think? 03717 22 3 4. If you lose this, Arsenal, and Liverpool win, this is all football fans can phone up and answer this one, is the league over? 03717 22 3 4. Dial that, you'll be next live on Drive on talkSPORT. Straight up talkSPORT, it's me, Andy Goldstein, the trainer collector that is Darren Bent. Still to come, we'll be asking if tomorrow is the day that Ruben Amorim finally wins back-to-back league games. Man United go second. Imagine that, second, looking down. Oh my God, we could be above you. Oh my giddy aunt.
Brentford will win.
Imagine that, we go above you. Oh, Monday's show would be just unbearable.
What, if we beat Newcastle?
No. If we go, imagine we come in on Monday and we're above you in the league.
Sesko's got a hat-trick.
Oh, that won't be happening. I doubt if he'll start. Just quickly, Pep Guardiola has confirmed that Erling Haaland is ready to face Burnley this weekend following an injury scare. Cole Palmer, not good news for Chelsea. Cole Palmer's going to be out for around 3 weeks. He's given time to recover from a groin injury. We'll go to the phone lines in a moment, but first, let's get an update from the Ryder Cup. Watching for talkSPORT with Sean O'Brien. Shorty.
Yes, incredible start from Team Europe. First time in history they've won the first 3 matches on foreign soil, and they take a 3-1 lead into this afternoon session. We have the pairings for the 4-ball matches. In match 1, it's world number 1 Scotty Scheffler and JJ Spawn versus John Rahm and Sepp Straka. Match 2 is Bryson DeChambeau and Ben Griffin against an all-English pairing of Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood. Match 3, you've got Cameron Young and Justin Thomas up against Ludwig Åberg and the European rookie Rasmus Højgaard. And in the bottom match, what about this? Sam Burns and Patrick Cantlay versus Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry. We've got the Cantlay versus Rory reunion. And remember, when they clashed in Rome, Lowry was heavily involved with Cantlay's caddy, Joe LaCava, as well. So that could be fireworks. Donald Trump has arrived on the scene. He's on the first tee. The first 4-ball match begins shortly. And when we resume, Europe are 3-1 up.
Ryder Cup update on talkSPORT with Arnold Clark's Rewards Week. Get a reward when you buy a car today.
Right, you know I'm not a big golfing fan.
You're going to talk about Rasmus Højgaard golfing?
No, I'm a big golf. What is 4 balls?
When the 4 of them play.
Oh, so it's just four-way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because when it's 4 balls, it's a poor description.
That's what you're watching now, right?
Yeah. So
it's like 2v2, and they take alternate shots. So I would drive wherever the ball lands. Your partner, you take the next shot.
Okay, nice. And they call it 4 balls.
4 balls, yeah.
Okay, nice.
You like that?
I thought they might have called it 4 ways, but okay.
Call it 4 ways, 4 balls, whatever.
Nice.
Should we go to the phone lines? I think we shall. 03717 223 Is it must not lose for Arsenal this weekend? What are you laughing at?
Right, an idiot. That's what.
Yeah, we know that. Richie Rich, Arsenal fan. Hi, Rich.
Yeah, hi, Darren.
Hello, mate. You're right.
Andy.
Hi, mate.
Yeah,
you're
fine. Yeah,
good.
I've got to agree with you, Andy.
If we get beaten Sunday, definitely the coup de grace, definitely the finishing blow. There's no way we're going to come back from that. If we lose Sunday and Liverpool win at Palace, that's 8 points. And the only way we're going to catch them is Liverpool pick up major injuries. Otherwise, they're like a runaway train. Not a chance in hell if we catch them.
It's incredibly embarrassing that you would have spent all that money in the summer and then without even getting to October, the league's over. That's nuts.
I know. But I want Arteta to stay, by the way. And I really hope he gets one of the other trophies. I really hope he doesn't get it. Because I've got a funny feeling about Arteta. He's been unlucky with us finishing second 3 times on the spin. That's just bad luck, you know. That's just, you don't do that by Mackie. That's just bad luck. And I just really hope he gets...
It's not bad luck.
Also, I
wouldn't to do with luck.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's embarrassing, though, because everyone spends money. Everybody.
Oh, no, it is embarrassing.
Well, no, but everyone spends money.
I know, Benty, but you were second, right?
Yeah, and we've tried to strengthen.
I know, but for the league to be over in September...
Yeah, it won't be over. It's not
but
over.
he just alluded to the fact that he thinks it will be.
Yeah, but that's one fan.
Yeah, but that's what I said. But that's what I said. If you're saying it's over in September, is that embarrassing? That's what I said.
No, but I don't think it's embarrassing because we spent money. Everyone spends money.
No, the answer to that question is, I don't think it's embarrassing we spend money. If you lose the league in April...
We haven't left it yet.
If you lose it in September, that's embarrassing.
A hypothetical question.
Of course.
Because the league's not over, even if we lose.
Okay, well, there you go. There's your answer. Blimey, I'm on today. Let's go to Martin, a Liverpool fan. Hi, Martin. How you doing?
Hi, guys. You all right?
I'm great, man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I just wanted to say as well, I think it's crazy saying the league's over at this time of the year. Absolutely crazy. Because there's so many things that could happen, so many variables, injuries, so on. It only take Liverpool to lose a bit of their spine for them to drop off.
Let me ask you this, right? If that does happen the weekend, if Liverpool win and Arsenal loses 8 points, okay?
Yep.
Let's just say the following weekend it happens again, so it's 11 points. Would you then say it's over?
Not necessarily, maybe for Arsenal, but to say that Liverpool would
for Arsenal.
You've got other teams. For Arsenal, no, but it's still not, because again, it only took 3 or 4 games for it to change around. So it only takes Salah to go away on international duty and Van Dijk to get injured again. We see what happened last time Van Dijk got injured, that Liverpool could drop off. I just think you've got to get to Christmas before you can really make any definition to what the league's going to be like.
Okay, fair enough.
Really?
Okay. We've got AFCON as well, haven't we? So Salah will be going.
Mm-hmm.
Who have you got plays AFCON?
I don't think we've got any, you know.
Have you not?
No.
Okay. Let's speak to Rick. He's an Arsenal fan. Rick, how are you doing?
Very well, sir. And yourself?
I'm good, thank you for asking. Are you watching the golf? Are you a fan of the Ryder Cup or not?
I can't say I am, unfortunately. I've got a lot of golf friends, but I've never caught the bug. So.
Okay, it will come to you. How old are you?
36.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It should have come a fair few years ago.
Well, have you got any kids?
No, fortunately, I've got a nephew, and that's enough.
All right, well, when you get kids, it's a great reason to get out of the house for 4 hours, trust me.
Well, that might explain a lot. That's fair enough.
Yeah. Go on then, Rick. You're an Arsenal fan. What are you thinking?
I am. I actually think the last caller was spot on as well. I think the really interesting thing for me is you pose the question, is the league over? And it's almost as if you put the hopes and dreams of the Premier League on Arsenal, suggesting no one else is in there. And I think it's, like he said, it's very early. I think Christmas is still a long time away. It makes me sick to say Christmas in September. But I think ultimately I think the worrying thing is that the competition seems to have dropped out from everywhere else. I think it's well documented that Arsenal have second. Absolutely, I get it. But where's everyone else that's in the conversation for the league? That's what I find crazy.
What do you mean, where are they? Why aren't we talking about like the likes of City or Newcastle or Chelsea?
100%. It feels like the league's not... It's almost as if the stance is, if Liverpool are on a runaway, if Arsenal slip up and the gap gets a little bit bigger and everything else, where's everyone else?
Yeah, that is... Thanks, Rico. That is... I wouldn't say a worry. I mean, it's incredibly early, but... He makes a good point. Why is it just all of a sudden in September, it's just Arsenal now?
Yeah, no, exactly. Sorry, everyone's saying you got it wrong again about the golf.
What did I say? What, foursomes?
Yeah, someone said...
4 balls?
Yeah, 4 balls.
That's what they're playing now.
Someone said it's the individual score you win, not you don't hit each other's balls or something.
No, the golf they're playing now...
Someone's put 4 balls is not alternated shots. That's foursomes. 4 balls, the best individual score wins the hole.
And what did you... Hold on, what did you say?
I don't know, I asked you to explain it. What
which one?
Was.
Okay, so I said I was talking about foursomes.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Honestly, can you tell Andy that the description of 4 balls?
A lot of people getting excited today, aren't they?
They're honestly waiting for you. Big golf fan, you don't you?
I like playing the sport. I don't know the history of golf, sadly, or the history of Rory McIlroy. What I do know though is it's time for no googling.
Oh, wow.
He hit that well with a bat. Right, we want to know which player holds the record for scoring against the most different Premier League teams.
I
Do
know,
you like that question?
I know that's
do you?
it's obvious answer. Okay.
It's only, I know, I can see the answer. It's only obvious if you know. I'll say again, which player holds the record for scoring against the most different Premier League teams? The answer to that, and loads more coming up. It's only half time at the moment. Another 90 minutes to go on Drive on talkSPORT right after this.
Day one of the Ryder Cup is well up and running out in New York now, with Team Europe looking for a first away win since the miracle at Medina way back in 2012. Captain Luke Donald wanted a fast start to play. To find out how Europe are getting on at Bethpage, head to talksport.com. ENIC, the group behind Spurs, insists the club is not for sale. Reports suggest an American consortium fronted by DJ turned tech entrepreneur Brooklyn Eric hold interest in buying Tottenham. But the Sun's Martin Lipton says there's been no concrete offer as of yet.
The bid that's on the table, which has been indicated rather than formally put at this stage.
Now, Manchester United are improving. Maybe not me saying that, but Rio Ferdinand is. Ahead of tomorrow's lunchtime kickoff against Brentford, exclusively live on talkSPORT. He's told us the stats back him up, but there are still issues.
Behind the scenes, I think you'd be looking at it would be start going, listen, there's some positives, but we're just not seeing the fruits of it because we can't score. We can't celebrate those little positives, those little wins, because we ain't scoring.
And overshadowed, maybe, by Iniesta and Xavi, but for some, the most important member of that Barcelona and Spain midfield three. Sergio Busquets, though, is finally hanging up his boots. He'll retire at the end of the current MLS season. You can get all the latest at talksport.com.
I'm never answering a golf question ever again.
I wouldn't.
A lot of people go nuts for golf, wouldn't they?
But
That's why we have, like, Sean O'Brien, the expert. I'm not an expert.
Yeah, but you
I
are.
am when I play it.
No, you are, though.
I'm not.
Compared to me, you are. If I ask you...
I'm not. I'm obviously not Benny, am I? Not with golf. I love watching it.
No,
Four
but-
balls, foursomes. I mean, why are you making the words similar? Huh? What's all that about? Call it something else. Be a bit cleverer.
Four-way.
No, but just take 4 out of it.
Well, just ways.
That's the app, innit? Find out where you're going. Before the break, I've written a really good rhyme. Hopefully you won't know the answer. Which player holds the record for scoring against the most different Premier League sides? All right, you ready? You got one of these on a sink and water comes out of it.
Tap.
That's his first name. Last one is your mum's dad to you.
Granddad.
Or another way of saying it.
Grandfather.
Well, not father.
Grandpa.
That's it. What you got?
Hold on, wait there.
What you got?
Tap grandpa.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard.
Yes. How have you done that?
Tap, and it's the grandpa Lampard.
Yeah, that's the one I got it right. Still to come, we'll be having some fun with the best of talkSPORT, but it's time now for this.
By the way, do you two like haddock? Dinner, either swordfish and salad or steak and calamari?
I actually had an ice cream outside the Trevi Fountain in Rome.
I did have a burger today. You do tend to let it slip on a Sunday.
Cooking it up today is Alex.
Now, we had our meeting this afternoon, and Brian, our producer today, said, no cookie about it, ready, steady, cook. And I went, why? He was busy doing something, so me and Benny got our phone straight out. We both texted him, you better be on our show, and he caved.
Joe, he's an integral part of the show.
I know, he should be
He's got his own jingle and everything, he's just trying to bin it off.
I know. Let's find out more, because it's time for this week's Ready, Steady, Crook with talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook. Crookie.
Evening, guys. Sorry, big apologies. I was actually watching Rory McIlroy try and win. Is it his first Ryder Cup?
Oh, Crookie. Well played.
Gone for me, isn't he? Gone for me, the boy. Huh? Gone for me.
He's happy with that one, isn't he? Look how happy he is.
Look at his little face. Look at it. Yeah, you need some of that wax on your barnet, didn't you?
Dude, look at that. I've just noticed that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Okay.
both hairs out of place. What was the reason why you couldn't do our show, but in the end we twisted your arm? What happened? What were you doing?
I was taking my lads to play football, which they are doing, and I'm actually sat in the sort of communal hall of a local community centre, so hoping that we don't get rudely interrupted.
Okay, well, it's very kind of you to help us out.
Thank you, Crookie.
I appreciate that. We like you being on our show. We were gutted that you weren't. Right, let's start off with talkSPORT's live commentary of Spurs against Wolves tomorrow night, 8 p.m, Saturday night, 8 p.m. What's all that about? Who have you got for us ahead of this one, Crookie?
Well, I've been speaking, or he's been speaking to the media, probably my favourite manager in the Premier League. Win, lose or draw, you always know what you're going to get from Thomas Frank. He's an absolute gentleman. I think he's a brilliant coach as well. And he's been speaking to the media ahead of this visit of Manchester United and, unsurprisingly, says he won't be taking the Red Devils lightly.
Every game got its own life. Every game got its own story. I'm always, you asked me these questions before in the past, and I was thinking, is the best to face a team that's been unbeaten in 10 games or a team that haven't won in 10 games? I don't know, and I actually don't care. I just know we prepare for Wolves. We look at their strengths and the areas where we think we could potentially hurt them. And then I think our players are I think it's good that our players are in a good place. They're confident.
There you go, Thomas Frank looking ahead to Brentford against Manchester United. He's confident. I'm not sure United fans are. Their record at the G-Tech is pretty abysmal. And we all remember that 4-0 thrashing that Erik ten Hag took not that long ago. Well, in his second game in charge.
Crookie, you know he's at Tottenham, right? Not Brentford.
Oh, what a mistake that is. Oh, my goodness. He comes on here and he gives a go Rory McIlroy line and he makes a mistake like that in the footballing world. Well,
Sorry, that is a howler.
Unbelievable, Crookie.
Buzzing.
Oh, that's made my weekend. Crookie.
That is a stinker.
God.
Obviously, that was a deliberate mistake. I was seeing how poor you two were.
Oh.
It's Tottenham against Wolves. And it's
Crookie.
When he started to talk about Brentford, what?
Oh, that's made my actual weekend, Crookie. What an error that was on your part.
It's me guaranteed to be on Blitz of the Week next week.
Twits of the week?
Cookie, this fixture, this fixture, right?
What, Brentford Man United?
No. Tottenham Wolves. I mean, he's got off to a really good start, Thomas Frank, and to be fair, Wolves got a result against Everton midweek, little 2-0. I like what he's doing though, and even the way he speaks as well, it just feels to me like Spurs and Thomas Frank, is that the perfect combination? I know it's early doors, and we said the same thing about Ange when he got there, but I do sense that there's something quite special brewing between Thomas Frank and Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's difficult to get carried away because you mentioned Ange. Even Nuno Espirito Santo got off to a flyer when he was Tottenham manager, if you remember. Mourinho, I think, beat Man City in one of his early games. But I do agree with you. I've seen a lot of Tottenham this season. They were the better team at Brighton last week. You wouldn't think that. They were 2-0 down, drew 2-2. You think they'd be grateful for a point. But that wasn't the case. They were the better team. And it just seems a good fit. And I think the signings have been decent. João Palhinha has done really well. You've got Xavi Simons, who I think is going to make a real impact. So I think it could be a good season for Spurs. But the one area where I worry, if I was a Tottenham fan, is at the top end of the pitch because Solanke can't stay fit. I'm still not sure that Richarlison is quite there. Adrian Durham mentioned it on game day on Saturday. Should he not just go and get Ivan Toney back from Saudi Arabia, Thomas Frank?
Yeah.
Well, he's got Sesko up top as well, though, hasn't he, Cookie? Let me ask you this before I ask your predictions. I was playing golf this morning with a couple of Spurs fans. They both said it'd be typical Spurs if they lose to a Wolves side that are looking for their first win. And it happened last season. Of course, they played Ipswich. I think it's a different Spurs now under Thomas Frank. I can't see Spurs getting anything other than 3 points in this game. How do you see it going, Cookie?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they did lose at home to Bournemouth, but I think Bournemouth are going to have a really good season. So they're a different beast to Wolves. So, yeah, I think Spurs will win. Wolves, it's a strange one. They've given a massive new contract to a manager who's yet to get a point this season. It looks a little bit risky, to say the least. So, yeah, I'm going to go Tottenham 3-1.
Okay, Benny, where are you going?
Yeah, I think Tottenham 3-0.
Okay, let's move on to Forest now. What a big game this is for Big Ange against Sunderland tomorrow evening. What have you got for us?
Well, Ange Postecoglou has had a busy week. I commentated their game against Betis in the Europa League on Thursday. He's been back speaking to the media, and he was asked, Ange Postecoglou, what he needs to do to start getting Nottingham Forest fans on his side.
You know, there's two ways you can win the faith and sort of trust of supporters and people at the club, and that is to win games of football. That's pretty easy. That's an instant. But if you're not doing that, then there needs to be something that it looks like it's encouraging, or it's something that looks like it's heading in a certain direction. And I think there's been plenty of evidence. I mean, look, obviously the Arsenal game was a real challenging one. It would be anyway. But since then, I think in the Swansea game, the Burnley game, and certainly on Wednesday night, some of the football we played was really compelling in its appearance, because it's kind of what we're working on, what we're talking about. So when you see that in such a sort of short turnaround that we've had coming in, it's definitely encouraging for us. But I'm sure that the supporters see that, and I think within that they're also seeing growth in the players as well.
Cookie, just a reminder, that's Ange Postecoglou, who's not at Spurs anymore, Forest manager. All right, off you go. just in case. Go on.
Do you know he's also the first Forest manager since 1960 not to win any of his first 4 games in charge? And I think that stat is a little bit harsh, because he mentioned there Arsenal away was not the easiest of games to start with, and they were decent against Betis in the Europa League in midweek. So I'm expecting a Forest victory this weekend.
I think this is such a tough game. Sunderland are no mugs. We've already seen that in their start of this season's Premier League. A lot of people had the 3 promoted sides do really badly, including me, actually, and they've proved us all wrong. I think this is, even though Forest are at home, I think it's going to be such a tough game. I can see it being a draw, Benny. How do you see it?
Yeah, Sunderland have got off to a really good start. A really good start, I'd have to say, considering what people expected when they got promoted. And Nottingham Forest, I still feel a little bit in transition, but I thought against Betis, I thought they played some outstanding football. Nottingham Forest moved the ball really well, created chances, probably should have won that game. So I can understand why Ange is a bit more optimistic, because I thought the signs were good against Betis.
Cookie, there's always pressure when you're a manager, but I just feel as though Forest, they can't lose this game. I was going to say they have to get a win, but I think the draw is not horrific. They can't lose this game, can they?
No, I think they've put pressure on themselves, the hierarchy there, because they've replaced a popular manager who was doing well with Ange Postecoglou, and if results don't go his way, then Forest fans are going to be quite quick to jump on him.
Is someone in that room, Crookie? You in someone's office? Did someone come in?
I told you, I'm at a community centre. A few people have just walked in. They want to get involved. They want your hair product.
What, Goldstein's Golden Paste, available at damonbarber.com, that one? I'll send you one.
That's the one.
Right, listen, let's move on to the last one. Everton against West Ham. It's a game on Monday night, 8 p.m. Who have you been speaking to? Who have you got for us?
Yeah, this feels like a massive game for Graham Potter. Speaking of managers who've really got no margin for error, he's been speaking to the media this week. Actually addressed some of those memes that are going around on social media and took that in good heart. But he was asked about the challenge of being West Ham manager and if it's the biggest one he's faced in his career.
Whether it's any harder, you don't know how things are before you go in, and then you have to look, and then you have to once you're in, then you make your assessment. But from the outside, I thought this was going to be a challenge, and that's why I took the job. It's an incredible challenge. It's an exciting challenge. Just when you use words like hard or challenge, automatically people think that's negative. It's not. I think if you want to do something important and special, you have to accept that there are moments where it's really difficult. Otherwise, what's the point? Anything that's worth having or doing in life, you have to accept that there's going to be struggle, and you have to be ready to deal with that.
That's Graham Potter. They're looking ahead to West Ham's trip to Everton on Monday. They've lost an awful lot of games under Graham Potter. I think only Avram Grant has got a lower win percentage in the league. And there is a bit of irony here, isn't there? Because David Moyes, twice let go by West Ham, could be the manager who deals a fatal blow to one of his successors.
Yeah, he's struggling badly. And again, I'm a Potter fan, and I thought when they got the job, I thought, right, West Ham would look like a better outfit. And they just haven't. I mean, getting beat by Palace at home is no disgrace. Got beat by Spurs. It was almost a sliding doors moment when they beat Forest. I thought, okay, here we go. And it just hasn't worked. No. It just hasn't worked at all.
Quickie, how do you see it going? I think it's a massive game. It's a must-not lose, of course, for David Moyes. But, sorry, for who's manager of West Ham going? Potter. Sorry,
oh, my, what's
no, but I didn't get it wrong.
Man?
I didn't get it wrong. It just popped out my head. Yeah, I think it's a must-not lose for Potter. But I just can't see anything other than a home win here. How do you see it going?
Yeah, I think Everton will win. West Ham have already conceded 7 goals from corners this season, so I'm backing either Tarkowski or Michael Keane to get on the score sheet. I'm going to go 2-1. I think West Ham will score.
Quickly, thanks for coming on. What are you up to the weekend? You got a barbecue? I'm guessing the weather's done now for barbecues. What are you doing?
I'm going to go and study all 20 Premier League managers just to make sure I know who's in charge of who.
Okay, good luck with that.
No, it's a busy weekend. I'm up at Newcastle on Sunday, long trip north for that one, and I'm at Alice Liverpool tomorrow.
Oh, 2 great games. Brilliant. Quickie, thank you so much. I know your kids are playing football. Much appreciated. Genuinely, we love having you on the show. Have a great weekend. Thanks, pal.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Crooks.
There you go, the wonderful Alex Crook with this week's Ready Steady Crook. When we come back, we'll have the bestest bits of talkSPORT ever in the history of Everness. And then, from 6 o'clock, Darren Bent will be handing over a very expensive pair of trainers. This is a drive talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Bent is here. Still to come, we'll be asking if Ruben Amorim can finally win back-to-back games this weekend. Just quickly, let's get an update from the Ryder Cup. Watching for talkSPORT. He's an expert. He goes by the name of Sean O'Brien. Hi, Sean.
Hi guys, 3-1 Europe after the morning session, and the afternoon is underway. The Americans need a spark. Donald Trump right in the thick of it on the first tee, literally stood right next to the players as they tee off. And the top match has gone red immediately. JJ Spawn finds the birdie at 1, so him and Scotty Scheffler go 1 up over John Rahm and Sepp Straka. So yes, the 4 balls are underway. The Americans leading the top match, and it's 3-1 Europe.
Ryder Cup update on talkSPORT with Arnold Clark's Rewards Week. Save up to £3,000 on selected cars this week.
Yeah, it's time now for the best of talkSPORT friends. This is where we run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across talkSPORT and our sister stations. Actually, it's just talkSPORT. As it's the Ryder Cup, here's a golfing special, starting with the Breakfast Show, Alan Brazil and Ray Parler. Here's some elite golf reporting from Big Al.
He's just a master. There's some good players up there, though, Al. Offland, Fowler, Jason Day's up there, Fleetwood.
Can they keep doing it? McIntyre's top. Sorry, McIntyre's.
No, this is a repeat, Al.
What was that?
It's a repeat.
Well, I don't
It's
know.
not live, is it?
Why play it then? Why is it up there then?
It's 7:30 in the morning, Al.
What's the best TV to watch first thing in the morning?
I like to watch first thing in the morning. I will always put on Sky Sports News.
Why?
Just
you've
to
got talkSPORT on the telly.
Oh, I could actually. I never think of that. I never think of YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I put on in the morning.
Okay, yeah.
Why don't you do that?
Lovely. I'm going to do that for tomorrow morning. Huh?
All right, there you go. Breakfast Show tomorrow morning, shebang. Little plug for you. Let's hear your best golf commentary voice. If you're commentating on a golf shot.
And McIlroy just hit a shot and it's landed on the fairway.
That's brilliant, yeah. Who gets more distracted by the studio TVs? You or Big Al?
Well, I wouldn't know because I don't spend too much time with Big Al, but I'd probably say I am very bad at it.
Yeah,
I get distracted for fun. If Arsenal on the TV, I'm struggling.
Yeah, you got no chance. Don't forget the Weekend Breakfast Show is back tomorrow morning. As I just said, the wonderful Shabana Hearn and Tony Cascarino.
Over to Last Night Sports Bar with O'Hara and Cundy, and they had some constructive criticism for the Drive Team show.
Honestly, everyone copies the sports bar.
We did that last night.
No, we've got nothing original going on.
They copied us.
Honestly, like Goldstein.
Come on, Goldstein.
Come on, mate. Up your game. Come up with some
Put your
original
socks on, put some sliders on.
You know, like, seriously, it's nowhere near good enough. You know, everyone just copying the sports bar.
Yeah, we did that last night, mate. But maybe
funny that he put you in his Mount Rushmore, though. You didn't put him in it.
I know, but I've been in longer than him.
Oh, wow. How do you feel?
Terrible,
How do you feel that kind of didn't name you in his talkSPORT Mount Rushmore?
I think that's disgraceful. I think that's absolutely disgusting.
And you put him in yours as well?
But just quickly, when they say we copy, I mean, we don't. I mean, maybe we should get, like, clown noses and little violins out and dress like idiots. Maybe we should do that. Plonkers they are, aren't they? Both of them.
Which talkSPORT show steals the most?
Breakfast Show. They steal everything from Drive. Everything. You look closely. Honestly. They'll deny. If they deny it, then you know it's true. So.
Have you got any new ideas for the sports bar?
No, none at all. I mean, Ryan. The problem is Ryan Bryan, our producer, on a Friday, nicks everything, takes it back to the sports bar, and also he's on our WhatsApp group. I thought about removing Brian from our WhatsApp.
So he's a mole, is he?
I think he's a mole.
Snitch.
I think he's nicking it all, yeah.
For more Candy, check out 21 Minutes to Go, the podcast. New episodes drop every single Monday, and this Monday it's a fantastic episode. That's what you was going to say.
Thanks, Benny. Right, let's finish with another clip from our sister station. talkSPORT Gold is still running, of course. Here's Dean the Storyteller Saunders describing a close encounter on a golf course.
I had to cut the golf short.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
Dino.
they should have toilets out on the course, shouldn't they?
And 9. Yeah.
That's a disgrace when you have to pay to go to the toilet. Think about it. Your human rights. Surely you should be able to go to the toilet for free.
To a hotel or a pub.
Yeah, but like, how do they charge people to go to the toilet?
Sometimes in train stations to get into the toilet.
Yeah, Paddington.
Then you've got to
There's a barrier.
Yeah.
When you're bursting.
Hold on a minute, you two. Have you got a problem with your bowels?
I have to say, because I hate going to the toilet in public. If there was a public toilet that was just the most beautiful toilet in the world and it was a $5 to go, I'd pay that.
Yeah, me too.
I'd pay that.
Yeah.
I really would. How do you feel about paying for a toilet?
Well, you just said if it was the most perfectly pristine.
You wouldn't have a problem with it at all, would you? When was the last time you had a near miss when you were trying to find a toilet?
No, it never happens. I plan my journeys.
Okay. And what do you think Dino's like on a night out?
I heard he's good fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, I heard he's good fun.
Him in his tight old trousers. He paints them on, doesn't he? Stay tuned to talkSPORT for regular Ryder Cup updates throughout the weekend. Or, of course, you can just find all of our shows on the talkSPORT app, where you can swipe between talkSPORT, talkSPORT 2, and all of our other sister stations, so you never miss a moment. The last hour of our show is coming up right after this. The legend that is Farrell Williams will be joining me and Bentley in the studio. Stay where you are.
For every good signing a club makes, there's bound to be a few that don't work out. And Man United have certainly had their fair share of those, especially since the end of their golden age under Sir Alex Ferguson. Here are just some of the Red Devils' worst signings since Fergie. First up, Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez joined United from Arsenal back in 2018 and became the highest paid player in the Prem. He'd averaged almost 1 goal every 2 games for the Gunners, but in his 45 games for Man United, he only managed 5 goals. Not what you want from a star striker. Next up, Radamel Falcao. He earned himself the nickname the Tiger for his sheer efficiency and the way he used to pounce upon the mistakes of defenders. But at Man United, he was way more pussycat than Tiger, to be honest. All he managed in 29 Man United games was 4 goals. Moving on, things couldn't have gone much worse for Jadon Sancho at Man United. Yeah, it would have been hard to outdo his Borussia Dortmund form, but 12 goals in 83 games is not great. Things got worse after a public fallout with manager Erik ten Hag. Sancho said he was being made a scapegoat. Ten Hag said there'd been a discipline issue. It all ended up with Sancho going back to Germany. Next, Erik ten Hag probably thought he was being smart in sticking to what he knew when he signed Antony from his former club Ajax. But the £86 million Brazilian hasn't really been able to hack it in the Prem. Chances are Antony's Man United days are numbered. Next, the curse of the Man United number 7 shirt. Not an easy act following Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham and George Best.
Welcome back to the last hour, and welcome to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT. Every Friday, me and Darren Bent will be joined by some of the biggest names from TNT Sports throughout what promises to be another pulsating season, because football is back and TNT Sports is the only place to watch every big competition, with over 700 matches broadcast live from elite European club football to English domestic league and cup competitions this season. Still to come, we'll be discussing Chelsea's growing injury crisis, but now we're delighted to be joined in the studio by our friend, former England midfielder, legend, TNT Sports pundit, Farrell Williams joins us. Hello, Farrell Williams.
Hi. Better to be in studio, right, than that fire alarm. What was it? Smoke alarm that was going off last week.
On last week's show.
I actually found out there was a leak in the building and basically water got into it. I was so embarrassed.
I mean, it's your fault.
But now I know the reason. I'll let them know.
It was very funny, though, because it just got quicker and quicker.
What was funny was trying to take you guys serious. And he was laughing at me, and I'm trying to give an answer, and I'm like...
Yeah, you need to be professional, because me and Benny never make mistakes, ever.
Today.
By the way, it's lovely to see you.
Back me up.
The first time that I met you was last year at your award ceremony, and you came on our show, and Benty, it was all for charity, Benty promised to give you a pair of very expensive trainers.
No, I don't say very expensive, I said trainers.
For charity, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever get them?
I haven't. I'm still waiting. I do message him about them all the time, and he just ignores it.
Right, so come on to Radio Live, and I'll see if I can
I'm
donate
joking.
a pair.
Yeah, he did promise, but he hasn't delivered on that promise.
What do you make of that, Farrell?
We're only a year on. I mean...
What do you make it? So we're going back. Are you going to this one?
Jill Scott, isn't she? She's
yeah, and who's the other one?
Gary Lineker.
Gary Lineker, I think, yeah.
So we're going to that. Are you there?
I might be, yeah. You're going to bring the... If he brings the trainers, I'll come.
I'll bring them.
For us to donate?
Oh, no problem.
Perfect. Great charity. So
but you said specific...
It's got to be a good
specifically.
A pair of worn
that's right, I can do that.
and signed, and then we can auction them.
Not
you're doing a sign.
Yeah, right. On the inside, on the inside of the shoe, maybe.
I can do that.
Roughly.
No one's going to wear them.
Roughly nothing.
Roughly, because it's for charity. What sort of value should these trainers be at? Roughly.
I don't think he wears anything less than a couple of hundred at least.
I'm telling you now.
Have you got cheap trainers? Yeah.
I'll find some.
No, I don't. I've never seen.
If you get a pair of Gola size 3, they're not easy.
Like Gola aren't cheap anymore, are they?
You're kidding me.
Gola, big shoe now.
Oh, they're not.
They are.
You'll buy a pair.
Oh, they will be in a couple of weeks. Right, listen, we've got you on for so many reasons, but we're going to start with tomorrow's lunchtime kick-off between Brentford and Man United. That is, of course, live on TNT Sports 1, with coverage starting at 11 a.m. Let's hear from the Man United boss, Ruben Amorim. He's been speaking ahead of the game. He was asked about the fact he still hasn't won back-to-back league games at the club.
Yeah, that is the... I don't say playing well, because I think we did that this year. But to say it's normal, the fans, they don't know what is going to happen the next game. And to be completely honest, I have an idea, but I don't know how it's going to be. And I'm the manager of the team. That has to be with the moment that we live for so many months. So I think the best way of dealing with that is that every game is the last one.
Ruben Amorim there talking ahead of what could be a very important game for Man United. Farrell, I'll start with you, because if United win, they go second in the Premier League, depending on, of course, how many goals they score. They're 11th at the moment, but it will be the first time. He's just been talking there about back-to-back wins for Ruben Amorim. He got, I think, at the weekend, that was first back-to-back home wins for Man United. And now we're looking for back-to-back wins. It's a tough game, though, right, away at Brentford?
Yeah, look at you wanting to mention that United-Chelsea win. No, the victory. You wanted to just,
of course you're a
yeah,
Chelsea
of course
fan,
I
aren't
am.
you?
Yeah, it's okay.
We should start with that. Forget all that audio.
Sanchez let us down a little bit. But no, I think it'll be great for him, back-to-back games and getting an away victory after a home victory is always important, building that momentum. I think I said it a few weeks ago. I don't think United, in terms of chances created, they haven't been so bad. It's then execution, composure in front of goal and capitalising on that, and they haven't done that. I still think there's a problem defensively between defence and midfield, that area for Man United. But it's important that they do go away against a Brentford team that, aren't scoring many goals, conceding quite a bit. I think they've conceded over 10 goals already this season. So lost their key players. I think it's a game that they'll be looking at that they can get 3 points from.
Do you know what? I look at Man United as well.
Farrell Carnage has got to put your headphones on. We do it now. It's your smoke alarm going off, isn't it?
You lot are really trying to throw me. I'm not wearing these anymore.
Take them off. Do you know, I think I look at Man United and I think the problem that he's got, other than lack of quality, is that he doesn't know his best 11 yet. And he's scratching around trying to find this best 11. Now, I still don't think Bruno next to Casemiro is the right option. I think Bruno should be a little bit further forward. But then it's trying to get Cunha in, Ahmad in, Mbeumo in, Sesko in. I think that's your problem. You need that solid foundation with maybe Kobbie Mainoo.
And Mason Mount, you forgot him?
He'll be in there because he likes him. I think he really likes him. That's your problem, that you've got good players, but I just don't know how you get them all in. And at the minute, by putting Bruno next to Casemiro, you're almost forcing it.
Yeah. Farrell, you said that was one of the problems, the sort of link up between defence and midfield. I agree with Benty that putting Bruno playing, so close or nowhere near as far forward as he should be in that number 10 role, you're sort of losing two players, right? Because you're losing the Bruno that should be the link man at the top, but you're also losing whoever that should be alongside Casemiro. Why do you think he sticks with it that way? Is it to cram everyone in?
I think so. When looking at it and you look at the players that are on the pitch, I think it is. I think that we know that Bruno can play in that role. He's played it for Portugal in that deeper role, but completely different playing it in a 5-2-3 than it is playing it, in terms of how Portugal play. But I think they're two different strengths. You need two different qualities playing in front of the back line and then playing further up the pitch, where we've seen the best of him, certainly last season, carrying Man United through, a season that, arguably, well, it is, isn't it? It's the worst season they've had. So I don't think that in a two, the way that, especially because Man United defenders, we know they don't like to come out. So if there's a striker that are on the back line, they don't then come into those spaces. So then Bruno's kind of having to check all around to track runners. We saw the goal the other week. Midfielders running off the back of him. So they're two different roles and responsibilities. And, a player of that quality can play it, but it's not, his strength. And certainly he's more impactful at United higher up the pitch.
Let me ask you with Sesko, right? I really hope he starts. I've got a feeling that he won't. I don't know why, but I think if Mount's fit, he might prefer to go with Mount as a false nine or however you want to see him playing there. I hope I'm wrong. I do think it's the type of game where if you've got a player who hasn't scored yet for Manchester United in the league, and I thought he looked good against you, actually. That flick on I thought was excellent. I thought he played well, but he's still lacking a goal. How important do you think it is to put a player like that into a game like this, where you're thinking, okay, you might have a few chances to get on the score sheet, so it's imperative that you start?
Yeah, I think for Benny as well, being a striker when you haven't hit the ground running the way you'd probably like and had the opportunities to get, minutes on the pitch, in a game we're expecting Man United to win, although we saw the performance Brentford gave against Chelsea the other week was very good and difficult for Chelsea and getting that late equaliser. But yeah, strike, you want to play in those games where you think you're going to dominate and potentially get more chances being more opportunities to maybe score and hit the ground running that way. So yeah, he'd probably want to get off the mark, a game that he potentially can, but I think Bentley's right. I don't think he knows his 11. We know that he likes runners that like to run and stretch, opposition. Hence why he tries to keep Mount in there, because it's a strength of his. But it's how he manages that and the players that he's brought in, and Mbeumo and Cunha as well. Where did he put them all?
Because someone said Man United got to win 10-0 to come second, to go second.
Okay.
I thought they were going to fifth, but I heard you say second, so I just went with it.
Joint second?
Yeah, joint second on points, yeah.
Joint second?
Yeah.
So you went with fifth.
There's a lot of facetious people out there. Joint second. But let me ask you, Benny, you made a really good point that he doesn't know his best 11. I sort of feel that he doesn't know any of the best 11. No, as in, it's not like he knows his front three and his midfield. Like every position on that pitch, I think, not up for grabs, but changes. Like his back three, sometimes it's De Ligt, sometimes it's Martinez, sometimes it's Maguire.
Yeah.
The wing backs, we're not sure. Goalkeeper's obviously fixed in at the moment, but again, The new goalkeeper's come in. We don't know how long. Why is that? Why is every single position, maybe bar 2 or 3, every one of them seems to be up for grabs? Like the manager just doesn't know who fits best in those roles.
I almost feel like they overloaded in certain areas. So was there a real need to get Cunha, Sesko and Mbeumo all through the door? All good players.
Well, two of those, I think, yes, because they've all... We lost Rasmus.
Yeah.
We lost Garnacho and we lost Rashford. So it's like-for-like replacements, right?
But they're not like-for-like. Because he doesn't play that like-for-like system.
I know.
So that's why I look at it and go, when Mbeumo's best season last season at Brentford, where he was incredible, was when he coming from wide. Like we've seen Cunha can play that 10 or centre-forward, and Sesko's an out-and-out centre-forward. But then you're taking away, as Farrell just said there, Bruno, his qualities in that number 10 as well. Mason Mount could play there. So I think you've got so many good players in limited positions. So you've got the 3 kind of attacking players, and you've got probably 6 players that could play there. Xerxes still there; he could play in that role as well.
Yeah.
So you've got too many players, and I think he's still looking for that right combination, and he's trying to give the new boys that he signed time to gel in, but it's just not working. So what Man United do at some point, he's going to have to go, right, these are the 3 I want to start with, and just stick with them and see what happens. Don't keep changing game upon game, because they need rhythm. Me being a former centre forward, I only got the best out of myself by playing every single week, because that's how you get that rapport with some of your teammates. And right now, Sesko can't get any rapport with anyone because he's in and out of the team.
Yeah. He's under a lot of pressure, the manager, Man United. They always are, of course. But he needs to start getting wins under his belt now and, of course, move up the table. I'm not suggesting for one moment that if Man United lose tomorrow, he could be out of a job. But what I will ask you is, Man United ultimately have to start competing again, and at some stage have to win the Premier League. It won't be for the next 5 years, but...
Glad you put that before I did.
Well, I'm just being honest and realistic, right? I'd like to think it'll be within the next 10, but it's been, 12 since Fergie last won it. Do you think at some stage Ruben Amorim, however long it takes, will win the league for Man United, will take Man United back to the top? Is he the right man for the job, is basically my question.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has to adapt. I think, he's come to the Premier League. He's been quite stubborn in his approach and his style. And when you look at Man United and the goals that they've conceded, for example, or probably not scored up the other end, I feel like if he adapts his system slightly, you could...
When you say adapts, do you mean just goes from 3 to 4 at the back?
That, or even in the midfield, like having just 2 in there don't work for him. You can see the gaps when they go forward. There's gaps when they come back. When it comes back at them, there's massive gaps. And as I said, the back line don't know whether to go in or out. And those gaps, as the game stretches, is when they get really hurt. So I think if he certainly that he likes that narrow front 3, doesn't he? But you could almost go a 3 in midfield with 2 up top, and then obviously giving that extra body in midfield. I think that small adaptation already could help and benefit Man United. If Bruno goes in there and you play with 2 strikers, for example, but the fact he's quite stubborn in what he does and it's not working, hasn't worked for a while, I don't know, will he get the time if he doesn't get the results? Probably not at a club so big.
If he does get the time, do you think he'll win the league?
No.
Okay.
I
think they're too far from the teams around them.
What will the score be tomorrow, Farrell?
I'm going to go 2-1 United.
Okay.
4-2 Brentford.
Why you said that? Oh, you know what? I'm going 10-0 United. Reminder, Brentford against Man United is live on TNT Sports 1 tomorrow morning from 11. This is Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT, where every Friday myself and Darren Bent will be joined by some of the biggest names from TNT Sports in what promises to be another pulsating season. Next up, we're going to be joined by former England prop, David Flatman. Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 club member Darren Bent, and former England midfielder and TNT Sports pundit Farrell Williams. Benny, you got 106 goals? You got over 170 caps for England?
Yeah.
How many did you get for England, Benny? No, just asking.
Well, don't ask.
Well, how many did you get?
I don't know. 175.
No, I think you got 13, wasn't it?
Well, you know then.
Tough competition. He had tougher competition.
I've got a question for you, actually. What time is it? I think I've got time. You would have played under Phil Neville, right?
Yeah.
Why? Don't look so defensive. What was that like?
Yeah, awful.
Was it?
No, do you know what? It was difficult for me. I was a senior player at the time.
No, don't put your media hat
on. No, I'm being serious. I was a senior player, and when he come in, he wanted to transition. He wanted to bring younger players through, which was great. And I was also trying to help him in terms of coaching men and coaching women. It's totally different. And trying to tell him about all the complications that come with women's football and sport. And yeah, he just wanted to get. I felt as though he wanted to get rid of the kind of older players, bring the younger players through. It sounded the way he managed and tried to manage me was like he was Alex Ferguson in terms of stories I've heard in terms of how Sir Alex managed his players. You know what, we're going to rest you today, but you're playing in 4 games time. And I was like, that don't work for me. So he come in with kind of the mindset and I guess the skills that he developed being in the men's game, and it was totally different to the women's, and he had to adapt and learn on the job. But in terms of his passion for England, I mean, you could see it. So that was the only good thing about him.
That was the only good thing.
Yeah, I mean, he took us. Look, we were ranked like 4th in the world. He took us from 8th to 4th. We, finished 3rd in the previous World Cup. We ended up finished 4th in the next World Cup. He took us to. So yeah, he with the team that he had, the squad of players, and certainly the backing, we've seen what a good manager or a manager that that has know-how can do. Because
why do you think it didn't work for him then?
I think it was challenging. I think it was challenging for him to come in and coach women, because I do. We always try and compare men and women's football, and they are so different. And I think he would have realised that when he came into the women's game, just how different they are. And, certain things that you got to manage in the women's game that, you don't have to manage in the men's game. So it was more kind of that management and then, away from actually the pitch that probably, he probably wasn't ready for.
Okay. Good answer.
Where'd that question come from?
I don't just
he's just Man United players. He just
honestly, what's it? Question time?
Yeah, exactly what it is.
And he left me out of the World Cup in 2019, so I'm not bitter, but yeah, I am.
Is that what it is? Is that what it comes down to? Why did he leave you out?
He said I wasn't performing, but yeah, it doesn't marry up to the stats that I got in that year. So the day he dropped me in October, before the World Cup in 2019, to the October of 2018, and I got a call, and we'd already qualified. So we'd qualified through the World Cup rounds, qualifying rounds, and I got a call, and it was like, you're probably not performing at the levels that we're used to seeing you at. And then he said, so we're going to bring some kids. We've already qualified. Okay, thanks, bye. Put the phone down. But I got player of the month that month, so I was a bit like, I was never going to challenge him. I wasn't a player to challenge managers. I always, football's about opinions. And I took his opinion and left it at that. I never heard from him until the World Cup selection. And then in the media, he's come out and said, oh yeah, me and Farrell regularly talk. And I was like, you're a liar. And so then we had a conversation before the World Cup. So it was a bit, I didn't really like the way he dealt with it. Dropped me and then never spoke to me again until the media questioned him as to why I weren't involved or on standby for the World Cup.
How did you find out you were dropped from the World Cup squad?
When it got released. Into the media, yeah. But then he said to me, you know what he did, which I really didn't like, was that, look, I was 36 at the time, and he was like, look, your England career's not over. And I was like, mate, this is a World Cup, you're not picking me. After the World Cup, you're going to, you're going to look to the future. I'm 36, I don't see myself. And then as soon as they got back from the World Cup, we had 2 friendly games, and he selected me for both. And I never played after that. So it was just annoying that he tried to keep to his word, but it was just a token gesture, like, oh yeah, there you go, stuck to my promise type thing. And yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
I sound a little bit bitter, don't I? I'm not.
No, listen, I think if you're, the superstar in the England team and you get dropped for the World Cup, I think you've every right to be bitter, right?
It's not so much bitter, I just think the way he managed it was probably wrong. I felt like I earned the right to have a little bit more respect from him in terms of how that.
Did he ever apologise for not telling you?
On the phone, after he spoke to the media, obviously he said that, are you available for a call? I said, yeah, tomorrow morning, and then he rang, but yeah, I wasn't buying it. I seemed right through it, so I wasn't really buying what he was saying on the phone to me. He was apologetic, but I didn't buy it.
Well, join us now to get his half of the story. Hello, Phil. No,
hi, Phil.
No, it's nice that you're so honest about it, right? Because a lot of people come into a studio, or that everyone's well media trained, and they sort of close up. But it's nice to hear an honest review of what happened.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know where to go now. Let's change the sport. The 2025-26 Gallagher Prem, that's what it's called, the Prem season got underway last night. It was live on TNT Sports. It continues with 2 more big games tonight. Let's get more as we welcome former England prop and TNT Sports pundit and our mate David Flatman on the show. Flats, good evening to you. How you doing?
Good evening, great. How are you?
I'm good, I'm very well. Thanks so much for coming on. We've got lots to talk to you about. So, firstly, let's start by looking back at last night's opening game as South Sharks secured a bonus point, 27-10 victory over Gloucester. Just talk us through it.
I mean, I was thinking we could talk about Phil Neville a bit more.
Go ahead.
While I've been waiting, honestly, I absolutely love that last 5 minutes. That is such good chat. I enjoyed that.
You can extend it.
Right?
You can extend that chat if you want. You got a question?
Not really. Not really. I'm with Farrell on this one. Never liked the guy.
Okay.
Joe. Yeah, it was good. No, it was good. The Prem started on a Thursday night for the first time in a while because the Red Roses are playing in the Rugby World Cup final, Women's Rugby World Cup final tomorrow at the Allianz Stadium down here in Twickenham, and I'm at the stoop across the road at the Harlequins grounds. They started it on a Thursday, so it doesn't clash with that, so that's good. And it was good. It was a game of rugby until sort of the world-class player on the field stepped up, George Ford, over 100 England caps just when he needed it, class above. And I don't know if it's the same in football, but in rugby, the first few games of the season, no matter how hard you've trained, are just absolutely minging. So there's a lot of boys sucking diesel out there last night. A lot of big units not used to the running. So that's always amusing to watch once you've retired.
Flats, obviously, there are 2 more big games tonight. I think, as you said, the Harlequins face Bath and Newcastle up against Saracens. Who are you expecting them to get off to winning starts?
Well, Red Bull have bought Newcastle, right? So the Newcastle Red Bulls now, and that's great. But they're doing exactly what you'd hope they do, which is not just whack in tens of millions of pounds and say, we're going to win everything straight away. They're doing it gradually. This is a massive brand that's come into the Prem, and it's great, but they're doing it slowly. You would expect Saracens to go there and win. It's a sellout up in Newcastle. Things are going great, but you'd expect Saracens to have too much for them. And I'm at Quins tonight for Quins against Bath, and everyone's missing a few players. There's a couple of British and Irish Lions lads that aren't allowed back yet, a couple of injuries, but it's 2 proper teams out there with some promising young kids. But Bath are defending champions. They're the most powerful squad in the Prem in England not by a distance, but by a distance over Quins. And Quins' head coach left about 2 weeks ago to go and coach Wales, and that was a bit of a shock. So they kind of rejigged their coaching team, and you'd imagine there's a bit of instability there. So you go Bath win tonight, lads, I reckon.
Not that I'm not interested about the men's rugby, but there's an important final tomorrow, as you mentioned, World Cup final for the Red Roses. They come into the tournament as favourites. They're playing against a very good Canada team. I don't think we've seen England probably hit the levels that we've seen in the past. How much pressure are they under to win that World Cup tomorrow?
I think it's a really interesting question, actually, because it's a home World Cup. They're flat-out favourites, and people that didn't quite know as much about the women's game said, well, it's going to be England or New Zealand. Well, Canada beat New Zealand. They battered them, actually. They beat them very well. So Canada pose a proper threat to England. It's just the Red Roses are so far ahead in terms of professionalism in the women's game that if Canada are in it and are properly in it after 60 minutes, you're saying game on. But I'm looking at it thinking, well, even though I'm English, even though I played for England, I want England to win. I really want Canada to do something tomorrow. I really want them to do something. I don't want it to be one-sided. I want it to be a proper contest because it's better to watch. It's better for the game. I'm going all the way up there. I don't want to waste my diesel on a 50-0. I want a good game. So there's a bit of that. But England have just got too much conditioning, too much fitness, too much power on the bench. Canada are a real threat. But I honestly don't quite know how they beat the Red Roses because the ladies are just monsters at the moment.
Can't you claim your miles back through TNT Sport?
Obviously, mate. Obviously.
Right.
It's more the effort.
Oh, fine. Okay, yeah. They don't have a chauffeur for you anymore. Those days are gone.
Well, as I was saying, I think I do actually have a driver tomorrow, so I don't know what I'm complaining about.
There you go.
But, fine. We'll all be all right, mate.
Dave, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for your time. We love your work. We'll speak to you in a minute.
Cheers, Flats.
Good, guys.
Thanks, man. Well, superstar is. A reminder that the Gallagher Prem is back, and TNT Sports is the place to be. You can watch every single fixture this season on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus. Still to come, we'll hear from Enzo Maresca on Chelsea's injury crisis, and Philip Neville will be joining us in a moment. But first, it's time for No Googling.
This is yours, isn't it?
This is Goldstein's No Googling. All right? No cheating. This is the one I write.
I'll probably get it. And obviously, Farrell's here witnessing. I'm not cheating now.
What was the last FA Cup final which didn't involve a team from London or Manchester?
Oh, I got it. It's easy.
Sure? All right. What year? And the year. And the year. I want the year. You got it? Show me the year. Such a rude error. Show me. No, you're wrong.
That's not the final.
Okay, you're right. The answer to that and more coming up in the last 30 minutes, right after this on talkSPORT.
Day one of the Ryder Cup is well up and running out in New York now, with Team Europe looking for a first away win since the miracle at Medina way back in 2012. Captain Luke Donald wanted a fast start to play. To find out how Europe are getting on at Bethpage, head to talksport.com. ENIC, the group behind Spurs, insists the club is not for sale. Reports suggest an American consortium fronted by DJ turned tech entrepreneur Brooklyn Eric hold interest in buying Tottenham. But the Sun's Martin Lipton says there's been no concrete offer as of yet.
The bid that's on the table, which has been indicated rather than formally put at this stage.
Now, Manchester United are improving. Maybe not me saying that, but Rio Ferdinand is. Ahead of tomorrow's lunchtime kickoff against Brentford, exclusively live on talkSPORT. He's told us the stats back him up, but there are still issues.
Behind the scenes, I think you'd be looking at it, would be start going, listen, there's some positives, but we're just not seeing the fruits of it because we can't score. We can't celebrate those little positives, those little wins, because we ain't scoring. And
overshadowed, maybe, by Iniesta and Xavi, but for some, the most important member of that Barcelona and Spain midfield three. Sergio Busquets, though, is finally hanging up his boots. He'll retire at the end of the current MLS season. You can get all the latest at talksport.com.
tell when Jack's working, can't you? Hey? Dump. Wrong song. Jack Tuesday over there. Before the break, I asked the question, what was the last FA Cup final didn't involve a team from London or Manchester? I mean, well done, Bentley.
Portsmouth, Cardiff.
What year, though?
Now, I want to say around 2008, 2009.
Farrell, do you want to have a guess?
2008.
It's the right answer. Well done.
Was it the Millennium?
Why are you laughing, Farrell?
Was it Millennium?
No.
Huh?
I went.
Where was that?
Wembley.
Where do you think if it wasn't Millennium? A car park.
Old Trafford.
No, it wasn't there.
Okay, well, fair enough. Oh, no, I knew it was Wembley.
When was there? Here's a question. When was there an FA Cup final at Old Trafford?
There hasn't been one.
There has been one.
There hasn't.
98.
No, there's a replay in the 70s. I think Chelsea, there was a replay.
So you haven't got the answer. You're guessing.
I think it was Chelsea Leeds, was it? Oh, someone help me out in the 70s.
Oh.
It's still the answer, Darren. There's nothing I can do about it. Follow us at 7 out of the Island Depot brings you that football. It's Friday. This evening you've got Rory Jennings alongside him over on talkSPORT 2. You can hear live commentary of West Brom against Leicester in the Championship. But now, let's get an update from the Ryder Cup. Watching for talkSPORT is the wonderful Sean O'Brien.
Yes, Europe have turned the top match on its head. John Rahm and Sepp Straka now one up over Scotty Scheffler and JJ Spawn. And Scheffler's miserable start to this Ryder Cup continues. But the US are up in 2 matches. Cam Young just birdied the second, so him and Justin Thomas go one up over Ludvig Åberg and Rasmus Højgaard. Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry lost the first hole to Sam Burns and Patrick Cantlay in the bottom match. Then it's all square between Bryson DeChambeau and Ben Griffin against Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood. So all 4 matches on the course here in New York, and it is a bit rowdier out there. US up in 2, Europe up in 1, and it's still 3-1 Europe.
Good work as always. 1970, I was right. Bang on the money. Chelsea against Leeds. See, I might not know about Rory McIlroy. I know about football. Let's stay with football, shall we? Do you want to carry on the conversation we're having in there or not?
No.
Okay, fine.
Honestly,
no one knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but now people are going to be speculating.
Well, they can speculate all they want. Let's speculate about Chelsea. They host Brighton tomorrow afternoon. Chelsea, your side, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? What are you doing?
I've got to give you something, because obviously it's a gift for you to come onto the show.
Oh, it's a used
some
one.
hair stuff. I'll take the used one.
Yeah, the Goldstein's golden paste.
I actually need it today. Look, I just washed my hair before I come in.
I'm handing you this for you.
Try out. I'll get you a proper one.
I could do with it.
Try it out on the show. Give it a little go.
I need a brush. Can't just do it without a brush.
I think I am. Beat House soon. Let's talk about Chelsea. They take on Brighton tomorrow afternoon.
Good.
Look, it does smell good. Thank you.
I don't mind that.
Looking to end They squeezed past Lincoln in the League Cup in midweek, but before they were beaten by both Man United and Bayern Munich. And of course, there's bad news today with the confirmation that Cole Palmer is going to be out for 3 weeks, as well as injuries to defenders Tosin and Wesley Fofana. What?
Someone just said it, and it's a good point. Right. What was your no-Googling question?
Last time there was no clubs from Manchester or London.
People not listening.
Why?
You was right.
Why?
Someone tries to go Wigan, Man City.
There you go. Can I get on with this? Is that all right?
No, but I wanted this person.
I know it's like being a teacher.
I wanted this person to, you know what I mean? Listen to the question.
Looking at the.
What have I told you about reading in class? Their boss, Enzo Maresca, spoke to the media earlier today and was asked whether these injuries are a hangover. Great question. From winning the Club World Cup.
In this moment, for different reasons, we have different problems. I think we have 7-8 players out, unfortunately. Is this a consequence from last season? I don't know. I said many times we don't have the answer, unfortunately. But again, we're gonna try to adapt and find solution.
Let's talk a bit about Chelsea. You know what? We got Billy. I don't know if you've seen Billy today. Billy's a big Chelsea fan, and we asked him in the meeting whether or not he thought playing in the Club World Cup would result at some stage in lots of injuries happening throughout the season. He said, I didn't think it would be this soon.
Same.
I think the injuries are a consequence of the Club World Cup. But do you agree? I mean, it must be so tough for these players to constantly play without any kind of break that's needed.
Yeah, it's difficult. I actually thought it would come later. I thought the impact would be more next year, heading into the World Cup, and how, the players would be struggling in terms of the amount of games they've played. But maybe that continuing and then stopping and then starting, because I think they only had like a 2-week gap before they then were back in before the Premier League. So, yeah, maybe that hasn't helped. Loading of games. The guys play a lot, right? There's a lot of football that these players need to be managed, and maybe that was just too much, and the Premier League come too soon. I know that FIFA were talking about, the timing of the Club World Cup needs to be looked at. And I think given the injuries off the back of that, In 4 years' time, it'll probably be looked at again.
It must be so frustrating, obviously, for the manager. But Chelsea fans, I wonder if the fans would think that winning the Club World Cup, was it worth it looking back?
I think it's worth it. I mean, I still think I don't.
If their league form suffers, what are we in September?
I mean, it's early.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's so early.
We're still so far off the Premier League. We're still so far off of it. When you look at the likes of Liverpool, City and Arsenal still, Chelsea are still far off that.
Yeah.
I know we've spent a lot and everybody talks about the spending, but...
I mean, they've got, 10 injuries at the moment?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But no, I think that they wouldn't swap the Club World Cup because I think it was still a decent trophy to win, and look at who they beat to win it. But it's just too many games. And I think Chelsea have gone about their business well because they've signed loads of young and attacking players. They have tried to cover in certain areas. And they've just, all of a sudden now, because you're playing so many games and there's hardly any rest, you're going to get injuries. And I've said this to you before. I know you will say, yeah, but you're getting paid well. But that player welfare, that is a thing.
No, I never link those two.
Yeah, you do. You would say they should get on with it because they get paid loads of money.
You misquote me so often.
Me and you have had so many arguments with him.
I never say that because they're getting so much money, they shouldn't get injured. There's no link.
No, but you say they should be tired. Just go out there.
I do say that. They shouldn't be tired. No, I do say they shouldn't be tired playing 2 games a week. That's what I say.
But look at the injuries you're getting. Do you want the best product?
Yeah, but tennis players play 4 or 5 hours a day.
Farrell, please.
No, but do you know what I mean, Farrah?
No, I get it. But players do...
Farrah, you just got free hair product. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. No, but players would rather play than train.
Of course.
So in terms of having a game, you think of like the training that then comes between a 2-game or 3-game week. There's not much training in between that.
No, but how old are you now? You're early 40s, right?
Yeah.
How old were you when you retired?
37.
How old were you?
37.
37. Okay, right. And when did you start playing?
So for senior football, 14.
14?
Yeah. Well, in the women's game back then, you
could play at 14. Okay, so when you were mid-20s, and would you be playing 2 games a week?
No.
Okay, when you're playing for England?
It was later, probably in my 30s. It was like 2-3 games.
Were you actually tired, or were you just,
I don't think I've ever played a game. Maybe Benty, you've played a game, but I've never played a game feeling fresh without DOMs. Like I don't think you build your body up to that resilience where, if you've got tight muscles, you still can play. I mean, I played on injuries. I played with tears in my hamstrings, quads, until they went. And at 37, it did. My quad the tendon eventually tore off of the bone, the hip bone.
Man, what did you do?
Come off the hip bone, and my hamstring are the same one. 2 years difference between them. But I used to play with hamstring injuries, like tears, and I was proper old school mentality. Like I would literally strap up injuries. I played with injections just to play. So
can you play now?
If I start running again, I might be able to.
Okay, if like Soccer Aid knocked on your door tomorrow and said, "Can you play at the next one?" Would you be able to do it?
Oh, the next one, yeah. I've got 8 months to train.
You would be able to do it. The only reason a lot of ex-footballers I know, they're like they can't walk properly, or they've had their ankle fused together, or they suffer long term from having all these injections to get through the pain. No. But you're fine now.
I mean, I still have the aches and pains that I had when I played, but yeah, I've built up, I guess, a resilience that it doesn't bother me. I never even after I never went into a session or a game not feeling some sort of pain. Yeah.
You want to take up paddle? Have you played paddle?
No.
Benny plays all the time.
I know you two mates. He keeps inviting me, but
why don't you play?
I'm not a racket type person. I can play table tennis.
There you go. You've got good hand-eye coordination.
You could beat me at table tennis.
I might. Let's have a game.
Well, I'll tell you, why don't you bring one of your mates, right, and we'll play doubles?
How do you even play it? Is that like the rules easy to get?
It's like the exact same as tennis. The rules.
Oh, okay.
But it's just there's walls outside the court.
It's a slower game.
Sending it over and me having to run out the court and hit it back in.
Yeah.
If that happens, I'm off as well. Yeah. A reminder that Brentford against Man United is live on TNT Sports 1 tomorrow morning from 11. This is Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT, where every Friday myself and Darren Bent will be joined by some of the biggest names from TNT Sports. Up next, I'm putting Benty and Farrah head-to-head in DB v TNT brackets Sports. work, Jack. Remember the right music. Friday Night Live, TNT Sports do partnership with talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 Club member, Darren Bent, and the superstar, former England midfielder and TNT Sports pundit Farrell Williams is also with us in the studio. Follow us at 7. Adeola Depot brings you Thank Football. It's Friday. This evening, he's got Roy Jennings alongside. Over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear live commentary of West Brom. They take on Leicester in the Championship. Team news for that is in. Let's cross over to Jim Proudfoot for more. Jim, good evening to you.
Well, tonight's winners are going to go second in the Championship table. Albion have the chance to move 3 points off the top. Leicester within 2 of leaders Middlesbrough. West Brom make 3 changes in personnel. They shuffle the pack as a result. Samuel Illing Jr. makes his full debut after signing on loan from Villa. There's a baggies bow for Charlie Taylor following his loan move from Southampton. And Mikey Johnston's recalled. Diakite, Styles and Wallace make way. Leicester, for their part, name the same side that drew at Coventry. So for West Brom, it's Griffiths in goal, Campbell, Phillips, Mepham and Taylor, Malumbi and Mowat, Illing Jr., Price and Johnston, and Hegerber up front. Stelarczyk in goal for Leicester. The back four are Pereira, Fass, Vestergaard and Thomas, Samari and Winks, Fatawu, James and Mavadidi and Ayew. And Chris Uwelimo's alongside me. Over on talkSPORT 2, we've got the build-up starting at 7 here at the Hawthorns ahead of an 8 o'clock kickoff.
Good work as always. Thank you for that, Jim. Now, former Spain and Barcelona captain Sergio Busquets will retire from playing at the end of the MLS season in December. He won 32 major honours in 18 years at Barcelona, including 9 La Liga titles and 3 Champions Leagues. He also made 143 appearances for Spain, was part of the side that won the 2010 World Cup and the 2012 Euros. So we thought it would be nice for Benty to have a big Friday night rank of these great Spanish midfielders.
Hey?
What?
Was he?
Be nice for Benny to have a big Friday night rank of these great Spanish. What do you think I said?
Right, no, I thought you said rank.
Oh yeah. Well, we were going to do it. We were going to do it in the office, but Ryan Bryan said that Bent is the best ranker in the studio. So what's the matter? Well, you are. That's why we're doing it with you.
It's not me, just me. It's Farrell as well. Is obviously going to participate in this.
Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, and Rodri.
What do you mean rank them? What am I doing then?
You got to rank them.
1 to 4.
You're not ranking it, right?
Okay, I did think that was, but that's easier. So I'm going 1 Iniesta.
Right, is Farrell helping you or not?
No, I'll do my list.
Oh, okay, yeah. 1 Iniesta. 2. I mean, usually you start at 4, but go on.
Okay, 4.
Well, it doesn't matter. You've given us 1 and 2 now.
1 Iniesta.
Yeah.
2 Xavi. 3 Busquets. 4 Rodri.
Okay.
See, I'm going Busquets 1, Iniesta 2, Xavi 3, and then Rodri 4.
Ballon d'Or winner's 4th.
That's nuts,
I
isn't
know,
it?
it's mad, isn't it?
That's nuts.
Iniesta, I loved him though.
Yeah, but look who the Iniesta, Xavi and Busquets were competing with Ronaldo and Messi for
yeah, true, yeah.
how many years?
Yeah.
Good ranking.
What's yours?
Nothing to do with me, I don't care. Time now for this.
It's time. It is tight and tense.
We're flying and our fists are punching.
DB versus TNT.
What drama on talkSPORT, just when you think you've seen it all.
Good night.
No, don't go to bed yet, because this is our brand new feature, DBV TNT Bracket Sports, where each week on Friday Night Live, Premier League 100 Club member Darren Bent has been pitting himself against our special studio guest from TNT Sports. This week, of course, we're joined by former England midfielder, TNT Sports pundit, the legend that is Farrell Williams. And every Friday, they'll be predicting some of the biggest games from the weekend. If they correctly predict the result, they'll get a point. If they get the score right, they get a massive 3 points. We'll be tallying up the scores throughout the season with TNT's sports expert pundits working together to try and wipe that smile off the face of Darren Bent. Now, last week, it says here's a great week for TNT Sports. David Flatman bagging a massive 4 points, mainly because he correctly predicted Arsenal would draw 1-1 with Man City. Bentley, meanwhile, had an absolute nightmare, picking up just 1 point. All right?
Yeah, no worries. Got to be out there, with the bold predictions.
Yeah. The current score is Benty. You've lost your lead. It's DB 11, TNT Sports 13.
It's making it interesting.
2 behind. Come on, Farrah. Right, you're going to have 30 seconds to give me your prediction of the following games. I think we may have a little bit more time than that.
Why do you 30 seconds? Just say who.
Oh, no, yeah, I don't know why. It's because it's written down. There's nothing to do with me, is it? Brentford against Man United. It's a game you can watch live on TNT Sports 1 tomorrow at 12:30. I'll start with you, Farrah. How do you see the game going? What will the score be?
If I don't get this one right, then I'm in trouble, because Benty just said before that Brentford were going to beat United 4-2 at home, which I doubt that's going to happen.
I'll put that down for Benty's.
So I'm going to go 2-1 United. Brentford have been conceding a lot of goals. I mentioned it before, conceding 10. Haven't got off to the best of starts. Are difficult to beat at home, but I do predict a 2-1 Man United. I'm going to go over score on that.
Okay, so Man United go second, yeah? Joint second.
Joint second.
Yeah. DB, you've said 4-2 earlier on.
No, I'm going to amend my pick.
Why?
Because I've been doing a bit of research in that.
Oh, you should do that before the show starts, but go on.
And I'm going to go 3-1 Brentford.
He's voted 4-2, but he's going to go 3-1.
You honestly, Benny, you honestly think Brentford are going to win?
Yeah, 3-2.
No, he's lying.
Listen, you're not 3-1 Brentford. And the reason why I say that is because you lot are not good either. So you're acting like you know what I mean? 3-1 Brentford. As Dan would say, no Dan, hostile under the lights at the G-Tech.
I used to like you. Next up is Palace against Liverpool. It's tomorrow at 3. Farrah, my favourite person in the studio.
Yeah. There's only 2 of us, so I'll take that.
Yeah, Ben's not even third.
Oh.
Right?
Palace unbeaten in 17.
Yep.
Bogey team, I think, for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Recent game, obviously, in the Community Shield, beating them.
Not really seen the best of Liverpool yet.
We haven't seen the best of them. Could it be a Crystal Palace win? I don't know.
Is that you going for?
I don't know if to be bold enough to go over Palace win or 1-1.
Who would you rather win the league, Liverpool or Arsenal?
Liverpool, and it's hard to say that, but yeah,
Why?
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. What would the score be?
Am I going to go 1-1? 1-1.
Okay,
I'm going to go 1-1.
I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
Okay.
I just think they'll find a way to win again.
All right. Last one is Newcastle against Arsenal, Sunday at 4:30. Farrah, what will the score be? St James's?
Yeah, I think it's a difficult game for Arsenal. They've obviously had a few tough fixtures already, Arsenal. I think in the last few games, certainly away at St James's Park, they've struggled.
What are you going for?
What are they hit for? Is Arsenal going to win, or is it going to... Newcastle haven't scored that many goals. That's the only thing. That Newcastle have only scored 3, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
So they've drawn, 3-1-1, and they lost 1.
Can I just tell you, Farrah, I have got dinner waiting on the table
Sorry,
tonight.
me too.
Okay. What are you going for, Farrah?
Newcastle 1-0. I don't even want to say that. It's just because I'm up against Benny. 1-0 Newcastle.
DB, what score Arsenal win by?
2-1 Arsenal.
That's it. That's all we've got time for. Thank you so much for coming on our show. You're a superstar as always, Farrah. It's lovely to see you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck,
And
mate.
I've got my hair product ready for tomorrow.
What one have you got?
It's Goldstein's Golden Paste.
I look forward to seeing that posted. Have a lovely weekend. Thanks as always for coming in. It's a real honour to have you in the studio. Next week we're joined by Phil Neville. Benny, thanks for coming on. Have a nice weekend. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.